I repeat, we're here and we're looking for answers to our questions. These questions and more need answers. You hear me? These questions and more. They need answers, boy. I should have went and bought a cold beverage, but I didn't. I'll just go get one here in a bit, and you'll bitch and complain. Why can't you do that before the stream? People asking to borrow money from me. Do you know me? Do you people know me? I don't have money to loan people. I'm poor. Why are people asking me if I got $10, $20? Then I mean, all these questions. You know I ain't got no money, son. I got like I got about $8. You see that guy on Twitter arguing with me about this, so I need answers. I don't know a lot about this, but my gut instinct tells me it's a man, and I'm going with my gut. This guy in the chat says the doctors and the boxing. Now, see, I've seen the boxing organization come out and say it. I've seen a lot of evidence that it's a man, but I've also seen liberals saying, no, it's a woman, got a disease or something, so... Now, I haven't looked into this deep enough to know for sure. But by the end of this stream, I'll know. I mean, it looks like a dude, bro. Looks like a dude to me. I don't know if you've seen pictures, but that looks like a dude. Now, I've seen some ugly-ass women. There's some ugly-ass bitches out there. So, hey, maybe it is a woman. Then they were trying to tell me, well, in her country, they be fucking their brother and shit a lot, you know? So, I've heard all these excuses. Yeah, they be fucking their brother. And, you know, when you fuck your brother, you get, like, you have diseases, right? It's not, you know, incest is bad, right? We've been over this. We've documented this. Remember, Paul was trying to push it on us? Incest, trying to get us to fuck our sisters, remember? And we had to go over, wow, you don't do that. People said Chris Cyborg was a man. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, Chris Cyborg, you know, is a woman that took a bunch of steroids. This guy doesn't look like he's on steroids at all. And he don't look like he's all steroided up to me. Chris Cyborg was jacked to the gills. Fucking roided up, son. That was her problem. Still a woman, though. And that's a good question. Did Chris Cyborg ever test positive for the XY chromosome? This guy on Twitter's losing his mind because he has no... People hate honesty. When you're like, well, there's a lot of confusion. I guess neither of us really know if it's a man or a woman. Maybe it is. Oh, hell yeah. People crack me up. Like, they can't... They wish they were me. Like, they never will be me. They'll never have the brain I have, the beautiful brain that I possess, the abilities that I possess. I've realized that so many people don't have them. I'm blessed to have it. I'm blessed to be able to just say I'm wrong, or be able to say, you know, I don't know. Because I talk to guys every day that can't bring themselves to say it. They can't bring themselves to say it. And he has no idea. He's going off some leftist media he has seen. I'm going off my own fucking eyes. I mean, he's sending me some article from Washington Post or some shit like that that explains how this woman is a woman and she has a disease or whatever. But I also seen videos of the boxing commissions saying that it's a man. So, I mean, once again, there's confusion. People hate when you're brutally honest. People want you to be on bullshit. They really do. When you're like, well, there seems to be confusion. Well, I thought you said you think it's a man. Well, yes, I'm entitled to my opinion. I believe it's a man. But there is confusion. People hate honesty, bro. Like, they try to catch you in a lie and you're just honest with them. And I'm telling you, the secret weapon of life is brutal honesty. People ain't ready for it. They don't know how to deal with it. They don't know how to deal with people who are honest. They can't handle it. They can't. In a world full of liars, just tell the truth all the time. And you know what's going to be funny? What you're going to find out when you do this? People think you're lying anyway. That's the funniest part about it. You start telling the truth. This is why you can tell embarrassing stories about yourself. It doesn't matter. People just assume you're lying. That, oh, you made it up. If you had something really embarrassing happen to you, just tell everybody. Because everyone's just going to think you made it up for attention. They're never even going to believe it happened to you. People are so caught up in their own mind and their own thoughts and their own fantasies that they just can't accept honesty. And that's the world you're living in right now. You're living in the most dishonest time ever. I mean, holy fuck the lying. Because you got to remember, man, people have social media. They lie more than ever because they got to lie on social media about their own lives and everything. People put on this front. We live in a very dishonest time. That's why relationships are failing left and right, because everyone's a fucking lying clown. But it's just a product of the times. Product of the times. So, I mean, is it a man or a woman? How about showing some evidence? Like I sent that guy I've sent him some stuff of people saying it's a man. I've seen the heads of the boxing commission saying it's a man and it shouldn't be allowed and all these things. So, okay, like, women don't have XY chromosomes, bro. Well, see, there's this rare disease and da-da-da-da-da. Okay. Does this person have this rare disease, or is this just a dude? Like, it's a legitimate question to ask in 2024, because you guys... See, we wouldn't even have to ask this type of shit if you motherfuckers would stop letting men compete in women's sports. But because you all have opened this box, now every legitimate women are going to be questioned now. Legitimate women that look mannish are going to be questioned. This is a Pandora's box that you all open, so you can't get mad at everybody else. People crack me up, though, because instead of just proving me wrong, instead of just going, oh, you seem misinformed, it's actually a man, or it's actually a woman, here's the proof right here. Instead of doing that, and this is a dead giveaway, by the way, when you do this to me, when instead of presenting the evidence and just proving me wrong, you start ranting and raving, insulting, talking shit, cussing, acting like a total faggot for no reason, that shows me that you really... You must not have evidence, brother, because if you did, I just don't think all that would be necessary. I think you could just show me the evidence and make me look stupid and prove me wrong, but... And by the way, guys, sending a screenshot of an article is not proving me wrong. Where's that article from? Can I trust that article? There's no credibility. Journalism has no credibility these days. I mean, you're full of shit if you want to pretend. Look, I say it all the time. You can live in a fantasy. I'm not going to join you. I'm going to live firmer in reality. And reality, the media is not to be trusted. The media has spent 8 years, probably even longer than that, but just the last 8 years, over the top lying like we've never seen before. So they can't be trusted. I don't trust the scientific community. They've been lying their ass off to me too. So there is confusion. We have people saying it's a man. We have credible people saying it's a man. Why are these boxing commission? Why would the boxing commission come out and say it's a man if it wasn't? You know what I mean? That seems a little silly. That the boxing commission would come out and say this? If it's a fucking girl, why would they do that? And when I ask legitimate questions like this, I get hateful reaction. And the hateful reaction tells me everything I need to know. It tells me I'm right. They have no answer for it, so they get hateful. And it makes me laugh. Because it's unnecessary. It's so funny how hateful they get. This dude was calling me boy. He's like, boy? Is that supposed to bother me? I tell you guys all the time, when you talk to me like that, you boost my ego, you make me think you don't have anything legitimate to say. Trust me, I'm as hard as a diamond, son. Trying to insult ain't gonna work. It's a waste of time with me. I'm not like these other guys on the internet. I'm not scared of a little heated combo. Yeah, so the Olympics are saying it's a woman and the media, but we have other people, credible people, saying it's a man. So, which is it? Ain't it wild that we don't have a definitive answer? And somehow I'm a bad person for just saying, well, we don't really have a definitive answer. So, my opinion, I think it's a dude. It looked like a dude, but, you know, I could be wrong. I'm open to being proven wrong. And nobody tries to prove me wrong. They just talk shit. Talking shit does not prove me wrong. Calling me boy does not prove me wrong. Hell, I'm probably older than him. Let's read what he said. Maybe he's got the answers. I'm just looking for the answers. I'll give it a rest. Fake sock account. I'm bored with that. I see right through it, Kamala 2024. I'm looking for a real debate. Can somebody point me in the direction of a real debate? Not a fake one for attention. I'm getting so much attention right now. I don't need all that. I'd like to have a real debate. Don't just disagree to get attention because nobody loves you in your life. There's a reason I haven't been on here much in the last couple of days. I'm getting plenty of attention, so I don't need to get on here for attention. I don't get on here for that. I'm actually on here to learn something about this. So if we could get some answers, that'd be great. But trolling doesn't help anything. Doesn't solve anything. Doesn't get us to the answers. Just a giant waste of time. I'm begging y'all to get some friends, meet a girl, do something, get some hobbies, something. Crying out for a stranger's attention is kind of weird if you think about it. I mean, really think about this. I'm trying to help you. It's funny that this guy's like, so you're saying you believe she's a man and you don't have no proof, you don't have no evidence? And I'm like, you're doing the same thing. You're saying she's a woman and you don't have no evidence. It's like we're both doing the same thing. We're stating our opinion on a current event, on something that's in the news. Neither one of us are experts on the topic. Neither one of us know this person. We're just going on hearsay until we have proof, until we have definitive proof that neither of us can dispute. You know what I mean? We don't have that. We have some people saying one thing and some people saying another, and we could get to the bottom of it and find the answers, but that would require, wanting to find the answers and not just wanting to be right. See, that's the difference between me and all these other people. I don't care about being proven right. I'm fine being wrong. I'm fine being proven wrong. That's fine with me. These people don't want to be proven wrong. So they don't want to own up to being wrong. They don't want to say, you're right, Smokey, you're right. And then if they would just do that, we could move on. And see, if they proved me wrong, I would just do that. I would say, oh, you're right. Does my brain just work differently than y'all's or something? Because this is just logical. It's like you're sitting, okay, let's say we're sitting on a stage. And there's a crowd of people, and we're having a discussion. And then the entire crowd of people realizes I'm wrong. Everybody in the room knows I'm wrong. So I have two choices. Continue to be wrong and make a fool of myself, or just go, you got me. And yeah, people might go, oh, you was wrong, and they might clown you a little bit, but they're going to clown you twice as hard if you keep on going. If you just keep on yapping about it. Just admit you're wrong. They can't do it. You ever seen it once? You ever seen one of them come in here on a Discord and say they're wrong about anything, even though you've seen them get annihilated, backed into a corner, and it's just like, just say you're wrong. No, I'll never agree with you. Destiny did it on Piers Morgan. Remember the Piers Morgan interview where Piers was like, do you denounce this violence? And he was like, no, not in front of these people, not on this show. They're children, bro. They're children. They can't just say, yeah. The motherfucker can't bring himself to say, yeah, trying to kill presidential candidates is bad. He can't bring himself to say that. Just fucking embarrassing. And this guy's still going on. This guy on Twitter is still pretending that he's right and that this is not a matter of opinion. This is settled fact. It's not. It's not. Even in this stream, we've had several people in the chat say that there have been boxing commissions. There's plenty of credible organizations who have stepped up and said this is a man. Right or wrong? When you have credible organizations stepping up and saying it, okay, so this is not settled. She is from a country that doesn't really have transgender people. There's that. Is it too much to ask just to get a definitive answer on these things? I know the TV told me I can't ask questions, but I don't care what the TV said. I'm a grown man, and I don't have to police myself. And I'm allowed to be wrong, and I'm allowed to state my opinion. Guess what? I'm not a newsman. I'm not a journalist. I'm not on your television. This is not the nightly news with Peter Jennings, where we have to be on. Say we have a level of professionalism. We have a level of we have to make sure we get it right. No, it's a fucking live stream. We can speculate. Fuck off with this faggot shit. I am so sick of this faggot shit for the last 8 years that we can't sit on a live stream and speculate about things with 18 people watching. Oh my God, it's like there's millions of people in here, like we're influencing the election or something. Shut the fuck up with these faggots that come in here. You shouldn't be speculating about these things. I mean, they're such fags. Well, I'm going to speculate. Get over it. We're going to get to the bottom of it. Yeah, I'm not paid to be right. I'm not paid to. See, I went through this years ago, and these idiot nerds. I'd be criticizing the media. I'd be criticizing goddamn CBS News, Channel 5. And they'd come in here and go, well, you was wrong about this, or you was speculating about this. I'm not CBS News. This is not some professional news broadcast. Camera pointed to the ceiling. Top of head showing. It's not I don't know if you've noticed, but we don't care about professionalism here. We don't care. I used to care. I don't care anymore. That's why I sit my phone there, I plug it into the wall, and I sit it there. I don't need to fucking see it. What do you need to see? There. Prove to me that's not a man. Show me the proof. Okay, here's what he sent me. Let's read this. Maybe this will prove it all. Reportedly has differences of sexual development known as DSD. The organization said in a fact sheet released Friday, having DSD is not the same as being transgender. What is DSD? Differences in sex development is a set of rare conditions involving genes, hormones, and reproductive organs that can cause sexual development of a person to be different than others. Sometimes this can lead to a person having XY chromosomes, but develop otherwise female. Okay. Now, how do I know that this person has that? Because the news told me it. The same people that lie to me all the time. The same people that tell me men can get pregnant and have periods. The same media, you know what I mean? You see the problem here. Do you understand? Now, you can pretend I sound crazy, but nothing I said sounded crazy, okay? They lie all the time. If these people tell me that a man can have a baby and Bruce Jenner is a beautiful woman, then how can I trust them when they talk about this at all? How can I just take their word for it? I'm sorry, I just can't take their word for it. I need a little bit more than that. I need a little bit more than the man. I mean, it really doesn't matter what I think, quite frankly. You don't even have to care. But so many of you do for some reason. I don't know why. It's, I'm not famous. Nobody gives a fuck what I think. You could just scroll on by and laugh. And I understand it very well. Why they come after me. Because they think I'm a weak target and they think they can beat up on me and it makes them feel smarter, but they're not smart. I can talk to these people for a few minutes and realize they're just sheep. They're just NPCs. They just listen to what the TV says. They ain't got no thoughts. Not thinking about anything. They're just regurgitating media talking points. That doesn't impress me. This guy in the chat saying doctors have done tests and it's a man. Send that to me on Twitter, the proof of that, so I can send it to this idiot. He's wanting to argue. It's very telling when I tell them, well, I'm going live, let's talk about it. And they don't want to do that. And they all say the same thing. Oh, well, why would I come in there? Who gives a shit? Well, you want to sit here and argue on the fucking Twitter? I don't want to type back and forth, brother. I actually am not afraid to talk on the mic, and it's a lot faster and we can get our points across a lot better. So I don't really want to sit and type with my thumbs for hours on it, arguing with you. So, like I said, there's confusion. I mean, it's just not settled. This guy's saying he's got doctors saying otherwise, who have ran tests on this person. I mean, what am I supposed to believe? This is just not settled. It is not settled that is. I don't know. It might be a woman. It just cracks me up because I'll be like, the original post is probably borderline troll shit just to piss somebody off anyway. I probably said, oh, it's a man or some shit. Some smart ass shit. And then it worked. And then I kind of liked the guy. Because he's right when he talks about wrestling stuff. But he's just not right about this. I mean, people don't really know politics. But so then he sends something, I kind of like him, so instead of fucking with him harder, I'll go, yeah, you're right. There is confusion. You're right. I don't know if it's a man or not. And you think that'd be enough. You think acknowledging, like, yeah, you're right. You know, you make a point too. But nah, man, they can't even accept that. They just keep on with their faggot-ass behavior, like, just trying to talk shit and just... Because they can't... They want you to agree with them. They want to bully you into submission. It's not going to work. I'm just going to tell the truth. This, we don't know if it's a man. We don't know if it's a woman. We don't know for sure. It is, there's confusion. That's what I said in my follow-up. I said, there's confusion. You know, I don't know for sure. And then he's like, so, you're admitting that you were wrong in the first post. Yes, I don't know for sure if it's a man. Yes. Yes. And it seems that people seem to get madder when they realize you're not full of shit. Like, you will acknowledge things. Because it's rare. They don't encounter it much. Especially on the internet. I have no reason to lie about this stuff. If it's a fucking woman, prove it's a woman. Well, here's an article. I don't really trust the media, brother. But, you know, maybe. I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm saying maybe. Maybe, you know. Well, what about the Olympics? The Olympic Commission said it's a woman. Man, I don't really trust them either. I don't trust these people, man. And what about this boxing commission over here said that it is a man. But I don't really trust them either. I don't even know who they are. That's the thing. I don't trust anybody. So I don't know. I don't know. And when people start arguing with me, I realize they don't know either. That's what I learned from arguing with people. That's why I do it so much. It's like, a lot of times, if I don't know a lot about a topic, I'll just start arguing with somebody about it. And then I'll learn some shit while I'm arguing with them. And then I might get annoyed with him and want to prove him wrong. So that'll cause me to look into it more. And then if I'm wrong, well, then I'm wrong. Who cares? But at least I'll know. They don't do that. They're not interested in the truth. They're interested in winning an argument and feeling good about themselves. Which is interesting because if you just stuck with the truth, you'd win every argument. You'd never lose. And like I said, you only lose if you act like a faggot about it. If you just own up to you know. If everybody sees you debate somebody and you clearly lose and you just give him his due and say he beat you, then most people just move on from it. But if you act like you won, people are going to keep fucking with you about it. I mean, that's life. What's so hard about this? Now go apply at Kroger. We'll ride down to that one tomorrow. I'm tired of being broke. Oh, we're gonna watch that Aiden Ross. I want to watch that with Trump. It looked fun. Looks like a fun time. Like a fun show. Now I'm going down to that job center tomorrow. I'm tired of sitting there. Broke. I would have done it today, but I hung out with her all day. But we went out and worked at Instacart and shit. Instacart was dead as fuck today, though. I need that DoorDash. That shit be blowing up. The DoorDash? They won't take me on the bike, though. Now, Google said they will, but I wouldn't let me sign up with a bike. DoorDash be going off. I swear I did like 6 or 7 of them bitches. Just kept coming to DoorDashes. Just slave away in the 90-degree heat. What do you make in an hour? No, don't leave. My God. I don't care how hard the next job I get is. I'm toughing it out. I'm tired of this broke shit. You're gonna have to pry me out of that motherfucker with a crowbar. Yeah, it's gonna be miserable anywhere. You gotta get used to it. You don't quit after the first day. It's like when I worked at UPS the first couple of days, my feet hurt so bad from walking on that concrete, but I got my first check, I bought a new pair of shoes, and then I was fine. Now this guy's pretending that the only reason I said that's a man is because I got to get viewers for my stream. You see what I mean? You see when you talk to people that don't really know you, they just say the dumbest goddamn shit. And all you can do is laugh. It's just so absurd. The fantasy. You see how people argue with the fantasy? And what's so funny about this guy is, like, he hasn't proved anything. The arrogance is mind-blowing to me, how arrogant people are when they haven't proved anything. They haven't proved anything. Haven't proved you wrong, haven't proved themselves right. They've just talked a lot of shit. That's another thing I've realized over the years is people think the winner of a debate is who talked the most shit. That's not how, no. This isn't a roast battle, brother. We're having a discussion on a topic. And I'm not even... only one of us is arguing. Only one of us is trying to roast and act like a child. I'm just wondering if it's a man or a woman. You've started the conversation. It's funny to me that I need view... pretending I started... I didn't even start the conversation, by the way. I wasn't even going to talk about this, but... Now I'm curious, is it a man or a woman? Now I just want to know, is it a man or a woman? And he's still having some roast battle with his own mind, right? The fantasy. I'm not even...
I'm just trying to figure out, is it a man or a woman? And so far, he has not been able to prove that it's a woman. I've heard a lot of people in here say that there's a lot of proof that it's a man, so I don't know, you know. That's true. Normally the one that's got to resort to the insulting and the acting like that is losing. But I'm not even arguing. I mean, like I've told him many times, if you can prove it's a woman, I mean, I'm all ears. Well, here's an article where it says reportedly this person has this disease. Okay, well, do they though? And I'm no expert on the disease, and I doubt you are either, so, and I just don't know, you know. I'm literally saying I don't know, and he's still stuck on when I said it's a man. Even though the follow-up tweet I said, I don't know, it might be a woman, it might not. So I've already acknowledged that, yeah, you're right, it might be a woman. I don't know, you know. I don't know this person. Looks like a man to me, but I don't know. But in the fantasy, I haven't said that. We're still arguing with the fantasy. And I love how everyone's an expert on this disease now because they Googled it, because the media told them to. You see what I mean? You see what I mean? It's like, it's the illusion of intelligence. You can see right through it. It's not hard to see the illusion of intelligence. You Googled something and you're pretending you're now knowledgeable on it. You're not. I could do the same thing and we could have the same amount of knowledge because all you did is Google and read something. You do not know the insides out of this disease. You don't even know if this person has this disease. People don't understand what intelligence is. Like, highly intelligent people think they're dumb. That is why they gain more intelligence, because they're constantly questioning their own thoughts and their own beliefs. They're constantly looking into things. That's how you get smarter. You don't get smarter sitting around going, I figured everything out. The illusion of intelligence. It's like I'm a smart person because I watched the news and they said all this stuff and I told you this. I repeated it. And they said the experts believed it, so, you know. I'm going with the experts. Therefore, I'm smart too. No, you're just regurgitating shit the television said. You couldn't explain any of this without pulling up a link and stuff. You couldn't. I really try not to do that. I try to just explain my thoughts. Like, how many times you see me argue with a guy, and do you see me throwing links up all the time? No. They can't argue their own goddamn thoughts. He asked me why you think it's a man. I said, well, it looks like a man. Has XY chromosome. And we have some experts saying it is a man. Now, what's your evidence that it's a woman? Okay, well, the media said it is. The experts said it is. Okay, well, seems like we're about the same here. Seems like we got about the same evidence on both sides here. So, I guess we'll never know. I don't know. Because you got experts saying it's a woman. Well, it's like, well, the Olympic Commission said it's a woman. And then I said, well, there's boxing commissions say it's a man. So we have different commissions saying different things. Now, it's weird to me to say, he's just like, well, one commission is credible and this other one is not. Well, maybe, I don't know. I'm not an expert on boxing commissions or the Olympic Commission, you know what I mean? Like, you're not intelligent, you're arrogant. And you have no right to be because, like I said, you don't know any of this stuff. And they get mad when I tell them that, when I'm like, because I just know how to fucking argue with people. It's like, neither of us really know. They don't want to hear that. Because I'm admitting that I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. You're right, but neither do you. Oh, how dare you? No, I'm smart. I'm smarter than you. How dare you? You're not. Neither of us know if that's a woman or no. We don't know. Neither of us can be sure. We're all going off what somebody else said. Now, normally I would say we should be able to believe in a normal time, we wouldn't even be asking these questions, right? But we don't live in normal times. Now, why are we questioning if this is a woman or not? 10 years ago, we would have never asked this question. It wouldn't have mattered what she looked like. We would have just went, that's an ugly ass woman, and we would have just went on with our day. The reason we are asking if that's a woman or a man is because of these leftist motherfuckers pushing this shit. We all know that men are competing in women's sports. We know it's true. We know it's happening. So when we see shit, now we question everything. Now we're like, damn, is that look like a man too? He doesn't even acknowledge. That's what I'm saying. That's another thing. They don't even acknowledge the stuff I show them. They just gloss over it. I don't care that these people and these doctors and this commission said that. I don't care. The Olympics said this. What's funny to me is they're just like me. And they'll never be able to admit that. Oh, that kills them. But they don't trust the media either. They don't trust tons of media outlets, just like me. But there's something wrong with me because I don't trust the fucking Washington Post that literally lied about me personally. So I know not to trust the media. I know very well. I don't need to be told. I don't need Trump to tell me. I got a very personal lesson in that the fact that the news media, mainstream news media, will make up lies about total strangers. So God knows what they'll do when there's a reason to lie. I mean, what reason is there to lie about some nobody like me? Imagine what they do to Trump. It's okay to admit you don't know. Because you don't. I mean, this is so funny, bro. I mean, this guy just acting like he's Bill Nye the Science Guy, like he's got all this shit figured out. Brother, you don't know nothing about this disease. You read an article in the newspaper. You took a screenshot of it and now you share it when you have this argument with people. You have no idea if this person even has this disease. There have been several people in this fucking chat who have said, some guy said he was just reading an article on Yahoo News that said it wasn't confirmed that she had the disease. He said he was just reading it. I guess he's just making it up. Everybody's just making it up. Why though? What the fuck why would we need to lie about this? What the fuck would we need to waste our goddamn time lying about this? We're just trying to figure it out here. You know, like I said, 10 years ago, we wouldn't even be having to ask this. Nobody would be talking about this, but you whack job motherfuckers let men compete in women's sports, so now we gotta deal with this shit. It's your fault. It's always your fault. That's that fucking ironic part about this whole thing. You guys are so obsessed with this. I barely even talked about it, number one. Barely even talked about this topic. I was scrolling down my timeline, seen something about it, said it looks like a man or it is a man or some shit. And then, like always, somebody else just keeps yapping away, wanting to argue about it. So now I'm curious, well, is it a man or not? See, that's why I go live, so we can find some answers. Surely someone has the answers. I mean, some of these boxers I've seen, some of these pictures coming out of the Olympics is crazy. They're telling me these are women. These are some of the ugliest women I've ever seen in my life. You know? I mean, these are like... And I've seen some ugly-ass women, but you could tell they were women. You know what I mean? You could tell they were women. These look like dudes. I seen this Asian motherfucker look straight up like a dude. Straight up like a dude. Swear he had an Adam's apple, everything. Had a man's haircut, everything. There's no way that was a woman. There's no fucking way, bro. If that's a woman, bless her heart. Holy shit. That's horrible. Give her the gold medal just to having to live. She got the short end of the stick. Look like a man. I'm telling you. It makes that one person we're talking about look like the most beautiful woman on the planet if you saw this other person. Like, holy shit. I wish I had a picture of it. I mean, I just want the answers. Okay, let me read this here. Both female boxing Olympians tested positive for XY chromosomes. The International Boxing Association, that seems pretty fucking serious. Let me say that again. The International Boxing Association. Is that credible? I don't know nothing about boxing. Seems professional. Has confirmed that the boxer and the Taiwanese boxer, that's probably the person I'm talking about, have tested positive for XY chromosomes. The athletes were offered a chance to appeal the findings. The first one tried to appeal, then withdrew the appeal, and then the Taiwanese guy chose not to appeal. Despite controversy, both athletes are competing in the Paris Olympics and have secured medals by reaching the semifinals in their respective weight classes.
Tests were taken and the
The fucking dude. I mean, give me a damn break. They're telling me this is a woman. Oh, Rhea Ripley's got a very looks. I mean, she's very feminine. That's a woman. There's no confusion there. See, there's a lot of confusion here. So this guy Lin Yu Ting was kicked out of 2023 Women's World Boxing Championship because he has XY chromosomes. So see, there is confusion. This is not a settled matter, no matter what that guy was trying to say. This is actually, it's why it's best to leave me alone, because I wouldn't have really looked into this, and I would have probably ended up just going, yeah, I guess it was a woman with the disease. But now I'm looking into it, and it's like, oh yeah, this is a dude. And that disease, that's all a bunch of horse shit. Because these other organizations ain't playing, they're not allowing it. So they're trying to act like this is some disease people have, it's rare, but it's a real thing, and it is a woman, but these other organizations are like, nah, this is a dude, and he's not going to box women in our organization. Does that look like a fucking woman to you? I mean, come on. So, as I figured I would be right, I am right. My assessment, my initial instincts are right. There's a lot of confusion surrounding these people. Other organizations don't agree that this is just some disease or whatever. They're banning them. They're not allowing it. So, there's confusion around this, if this is a woman or a man. Now, I'm looking at it, look like a man. Last thing you want to do is look angry. When your tweets are coming off like you're angry and I'm coming off calm, that's a problem. I mean, supposedly the truth is on your side. Why are you so angry? Like, you don't understand basic biology? I mean, I don't even know what the hell I don't even know what he's talking about. If we want to talk about biology, we're going to have to ask some transgender questions, because you're going to have to, if you tell me men can get pregnant, if you start saying stuff like that, then, I mean, hey, let's not talk about biology here. You don't even believe in it. You believe in wacky trans stuff, so. But I don't have no need to be angry. I've documented, so far, I've shown, other boxing organizations are banning these people. So that shows you that there's confusion around it. This isn't a settled matter. Not at all. And that's my whole point. I don't know if it's a man or a woman. Looks like a man, but I don't know, man. You know, I don't know. I don't know. They're saying they have this disease, but other boxing organizations are saying they don't have it. They're lying and they're banning them. You see what I mean? So there's confusion around this, and he can't bring himself to admit it. No matter how many examples I show him, like, well, come on, you know. If this was a settled matter and I was just wrong, then this person would be competing in all boxing organizations. It wouldn't be a problem. It's obviously a problem. There's an issue here. This may very well be a man. And that may just be some type of bullshit lie they're using to box women, you know. It's a possibility. Oh, no way. Nobody would ever do that. Oh, God. I mean, we've literally seen, and it's so funny, they were like, he goes, well, they have female genitalia. And I was like, so? That doesn't make you a woman. And then I was like, be careful with what you say next. Be careful. Because y'all been going hard on Logan Paul all fucking weekend, so be careful what you say next about the transgender community. Because no, genitalia does not matter. That's what I've been told. See, that's another thing these people don't realize when they argue with me. Is no, I'm going to make you play by the rules the media said. If you want to use the media as your source to back this bullshit up, then we're going to play by the media's rules here. So no, genitalia does not make that a woman. Sorry, that's your rules. In fact, I mean, what even is a woman? We never really got a definitive answer to that question, did we? What is a woman? Man, nobody ever answered that. They can't answer it, or they'll be transphobic. That's why they're letting men box women. That dude hit that one girl so hard. You got to understand, brother, that girl had been training her whole life to be in the Olympics. She'd been boxing her whole life. You think she ain't ever been hit in the face before by a woman? That dude hit her one time, and she was like, nope, I'm done. I can't do it. Now, for most logical, normal people, they saw that with their eyes, and they went, that ain't right. Now, we got these other dudes out here, these guys that they like to call people boys, but they act like little boys themselves because they're defending a fucking grown man beating up a woman on national television. They think it's cute, and they want to argue with you about it and act like you're something wrong with you because you don't like it. Okay. Oh, man. Man, oh, man. There was a reason. There was an outrage because people saw it. People have eyes, you know. See, that's why the lies are getting so ridiculous because people are now, they want you to believe, you know, don't believe your own eyes. Don't, yeah, you saw that. Hell, they were telling us Trump didn't get shot. We saw that. Don't believe your own eyes. Just believe me. Believe the media. Well, I need a little bit more than that. You know, when I see something with my own eyes and you want to convince me I didn't see it, you got to have some strong evidence. I mean, let's go down the logical path here. It looked like a man. Okay? Looks like a man. Hit that woman so hard. This ain't no ordinary woman. This is an Olympic athlete. She's been training her whole life. She's been punching people and getting punched in the face her whole fucking life. So this isn't, you know, the fact that she got hit one time and was like, nope, can't do it. Come on, bro. There's something different about that person that hit her. Something different. Well, she's lost to other women before. She lost to other women. Okay, I know guys that have got beat up by women. There's some bad bitches out there. Maybe she's just a dude that, you know, not really, she can't really fight. She just beats up on women, you know? But, you know, you might run into the wrong bitch. You know what I'm saying? Just because you're a transgender doesn't mean you might not run into a bad bitch. There's some bad bitches out there. Maybe you run into a bad bitch. Maybe you just run into a bitch that's just built different. Beats the brakes off your ass. She's been hit by men before, right? She's been in an abusive relationship, so she's took some cracks from dudes. Bare knuckle across her face, so you hit her with some gloves, it ain't that bad. Yeah. You don't know what she's been through in her life, you know what I mean? You know, there's exceptions to the rule, you know? There are, you know, some women out there that beat the shit out of you. I mean, what if it's Gabby Garcia? You think Gabby Garcia couldn't... fuck that fuck. Look up Gabby Garcia. Look that up. Think she couldn't fuck some dudes up? Think she couldn't get a hold of little Floyd Mayweather? Grab him by his little neck. But I've already admitted I don't know. I'm not sure, but so far I haven't seen no evidence to convince me otherwise here. In fact, I've seen a lot of evidence so far that it's a man. It's certainly not settled, which was my point all along. This isn't a settled matter. There's a lot of confusion. People aren't sure. I think I've proven that. I mean, walking around here, this is a settled thing. I mean, this is a disease and everybody knows about it. Well, then why don't these other boxing organizations know about it? And why don't they give this person a pass? A lot of questions, a lot of confusion. Oh, man up. Of course, the first day is going to suck. Man up. Any new job you get's going to suck. It ain't going to be like, oh, it's so great. It was so easy. Just walked in there. It was so easy. What the fuck? How about you just man up? We're going to go buy a tea, and then we're going to come back. And we're going to watch this Aiden Ross Trump stream. They hate that shit, by the way. Anything that makes Trump look like he's just a human being, they can't stand it. They can't fucking stand it. They want Trump to be like this. Be pushing Kamala. She's the most normal. She's going to the store buying records. She's at home making the greens. Hey, blacks. She's frying up the greens. Do you fry them? I don't know. I'm white. I don't eat that. So I don't know how you cook them, but Kamala does. Kamala knows how to cook them. I know you like that, blacks. I know you like some nice greens. It's so funny to me. Like, if I got on here and said that, I'd be racist. But they can do it, and it's not considered racist. They're just pandering in the most racist way. Like, she might as well come out and go, hey, y'all want some watermelon? I got a nice big... I'll die laughing if that bitch walked out with a big old watermelon at the next fucking, I know how to make some watermelon, boy. She came out. She started cutting it up. I'll die laughing. Don't put it past them. Yeah, big old grape soda. She came out. I know you blacks love you some watermelon. Well, here I am. She'd be like, my daddy used to bring one home every night with a big old bucket of KFC. Newports. We used to smoke them, sit around, smoke them, wait on the greens to finish. Like, damn, Kamala, you black, huh? I'm the most stereotypical black person there is. That's really what she's trying to do. Like, no, I do black stuff. Like, I make greens. She'll be smoking a blunt soon.
You know, sometimes while the greens are cooking, I go light up a blunt, drink a 40 on the back porch. I'm sure you do, Kamala.
There you go, right here. Yep, gotta wear a helmet. You gotta look like a retard on the short bus. You know why? Because when you fall off this some bitch and hit your head on this concrete out here, you'll be on a fucking short bus. You understand? For real. That's the irony of it. If you don't wear this helmet and you fall off this bitch, you will be on a little bus. It'll come pick your little dumb ass up. And you'll say, hey, you'll go to like a school. They'll wheel your ass into the school and you'll give a speech. And you'll be like, I didn't want to wear my helmet. I wanted to look cool. Do I look cool now? I'll be up there. And I'll be wearing a fucking helmet. Because sometimes I'll fall out of the chair. So now I just wear a helmet 24/7. That's the irony of it. But you wear the helmet day in, day out. Sleep in it. Like they got so tired of your dumb ass falling out of the bed and hitting your head that they put a helmet on you. It ain't right, but it's all they know to do. Your family. They don't know what else to do. I mean, shit. They care. They care about your dumb ass. But, they got shit to do. Should have got my keys. They'll wheel you into the gym auditorium. And they'll say, and some guy will give a speech about how you fell off the bike and hit your dumb head. Now you're in this chair. You can't even talk. You just sit there. Like you're aware, but you can't really say anything. You just go, eh. I mean, they think you're aware. I don't know. They're not sure. where my fucking keys are. Fucking gone, but not forgotten. Summer's almost over. Be cold soon. Good. Fuck it. Nobody plans to fall off a bike, but it happens. Who the fuck plans to get paralyzed in a wheelchair? Shit happens. Pick that Tim Waltz guy? Where'd you read that at? I think if I go straight, this wraps around, but I'm not sure. Look at that deer. Look at that deer, dude. Look at that shit. A fucking deer. Look at it. Gone. I don't know where this goes. Fuck it. It does wrap around now. Tim White. Who the fuck is that? Reminds me of when Hillary, remember that guy Hillary picked? Like Tim Kaine or some shit like that? Wasn't his name? Who the fuck is that guy? I seen him. He's in the Senate still. I seen him the other day on some tweet or something. I was like, that motherfucker. Vice president. I mean, it really don't lead to nothing. When's the last time the vice president became the president? I'm trying to think. Wasn't George Bush Sr. Reagan's vice president or something like that? No, maybe? I don't know. I think that's that road right there. God, you see that Hassan freaking out about that Aiden Ross? God damn, I ain't watched none of it, but I seen the tweet. It's illegal. It's illegal. He gave Trump like a Cybertruck and a Rolex and shit. It's illegal. What does he think? Aiden Ross is buying favors for the White House or something? Like, yeah. Hassan should get Kamala on. I bet he will. I bet you she'll do one of these fucking. She'll go on with Destiny. It'll be somebody safe that'll shield for her. I ain't gonna ask her nothing tough. Like, I didn't expect Aiden Ross to ask any tough questions. Hell, he probably asked some tougher questions in the fucking media, for real. He probably asked some real shit that people actually want to know about. The common man wants to know. The common moron. And then the liberals spent all afternoon trying to discredit Aiden Ross. It was the funniest shit. They're like, Aiden Ross is a fucking, I don't know if you all know this or not, but Aiden Ross is a fucking moron. Oh, you don't say. You don't say. Hey, but so are you, motherfucker. So are you. That's the funny part. Hell, Aiden probably got more sense than you. I mean, he's not voting Kamala Harris. I mean, Aiden Ross figured out how to become a multi-millionaire without even leaving his bedroom. These fucking faggot journalists went to college and shit, and they're broke as fuck. They got no money, nothing. Oh, they're broke as shit. They're as broke as you. They're as broke as you and me. But Aiden Ross sits in the bedroom. He's a fucking moron. And he's rich. Joe, you know it drops him fucking nuts. And he gets an interview with Trump. That drives him crazy too. Oh, you know, they fucking hate it. They worked their whole fucking life. Went to school and shit. They was in there studying late night. Late night studying. And then this nerd gets to interview Trump. Iran's not standing down. Shit's about to go down. I told you, motherfuckers. Vote Kamala, though. Vote Kamala, though. Why not? Throw it all away. The bombs will fall. Let the bombs fall. Let the sky fall. Let it crumble. That asshole's starting to pucker up, ain't it? These wars keep escalating. You keep saying, oh, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. And then it's not fine. It gets worse. And then you get upset. You're like, oh my God, what's happening? And here in a week, you'll go, oh, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. I'm voting Kamala. My student loans. I want my student loans paid. Imagine taking out a student loan. Goddamn moron. Stop taking out loans. Stop owing money to people. Spend every day trying to just stop owing shit. I said sell everything and get rid of it. Fuck it. I'm telling you, those cars are going. Those cars. I'm telling you, you're going to get off that car. See the stock market today falling apart. Worldwide, whole world falling apart. And how do we get ourselves out of it? War. Study history. That's how we climb out of the economic catastrophe we got ourselves in. We go to war. And instead of paying the debt, we fight. We fight them. You and me. We get to fight them. Stimmy dance. You had your stimmy check. And now you get to fight them. They want their money. I don't know about you, but I ain't got it. And quite frankly, I'm to the point where I'll just fight them. Fuck it. I'll just go to war with them. What have I got to lose? So let them paratroop in. Fuck it. Like fucking Red Dawn. Do you have the money? They won a couple trillion. I got a little bit of, I got like $8, but I'm gonna use some of it right here. Cause I don't care, let them come. They gonna have to come get it. Come get it. That's who's getting the TV. I'm saving it for them when they come and they'll say, here's the TV. You're soft as a pillow. Sitting there crying about having a job and others are out here struggling, starving to death. You're crying about it. Get back to work. Shit, I'll trade you. I left my fucking wallet. Damn it. Nah, definitely not. Take more than the heat to get me to quit. You know, I always leave that wallet. I mean, Walmart doesn't take Apple Pay. What is the deal with Walmart? Yeah, fuck it, we'll go to McDonald's. I don't know, sounds like a miserable job for 15. Sounds like you could get a better job for more money. They're underpaying your ass. You're getting $15 an hour and you can barely walk the next day. You're like, I'm dying. I don't know if I can do it. I gotta quit. Quit. It ain't worth the money. worth the money. Let the sky fall, let it crumble. Saw a Cybertruck today. They have one sitting outside Dunkin' Donuts. I don't know why. I think the franchise owner of the Dunkin' Donuts owns it. It's got like a Dunkin' Donuts license plate on it. Looks, I don't know, looks weird. First one I seen in person. Them fucking things are everywhere now, huh? Cybertrucks. Apparently they're not very durable. And don't try to tow stuff with it, because it fucking... Seen a video on Twitter, the fucking whole back end of it came off. Like the whole thing ripped apart or something. They were trying to tow something with it. Now, what's the point of having a truck? I mean, that's what a truck's for, to do shit like that. Those curves out. Krispy Kreme. Krispy Kreme. Should I try to take those donuts? How much to grab it and run? Alright, I'm ordering a drink. I'll be back. Stay here or don't.
For David?
Yep.
They didn't recall it for you, man. I got you back. We're good, man.
Thank you. Gotta fix these fucking brakes again.
You have a large sweetie?
Yep. Britain is done. Now, I done warned them motherfuckers for years what was gonna happen to them. And if they ain't moved out by now, well, got nobody to blame but themselves. As I told you, the Muslims they're coming in, they're taking over. And they're gonna behead all the white people. They may keep some of the women around, because, you know, why not? But the men are getting fucking beheaded in the street. Hell, they've been doing it for years. Every once in a while, they'll take some goofy-ass teacher out in the middle of the street. Some teacher's trying to make an example, trying to make a point, says the wrong thing. They drag him out there in the fucking street, chop his head off. It's happened several times. The first time you see something like that, you know something's wrong. That's not normal. People getting beheaded. Like, people get killed, there's murder, right? But motherfuckers beheading dudes and school teachers in the street ain't normal. That's a red flag, boy. That's a sign you might want to look into what's going on here. You didn't look into it, and now it's out of hand, and now they're just gonna... It's done. It's all out war over there now.
Thank you for choosing Burger King. Well, what can I get for you?
I got a mobile order for David.
Mobile order for David.
Yes.
Alright, we're gonna pull around for your second. First window.
Awesome. Better get your gas while you can.
Mobile order. All right, make your way over to the next window. They'll get your order ready from there.
Thank you. They be telling you like you've never been to Burger King in your life. If you think about it, it is time to automate this stuff, you know? A robot, hell yeah. A robot can just say, hey, pull to the next window and print out a receipt. Now it is nice to have a human doing it, but now the humans want $20 an hour to do it, so they'll just get a robot to do it. Eventually you'll pull up here in a little robot, your food will come out in a little slot. And you'll say, oh nice, you'll get used to it too. You'll say, oh nice, I gotta deal with nobody. I just gotta get my food and go. I just gotta get the food and leave. How sweet. Dude. Alright. Time to go. Limited braking ability. Going home watching that Aiden Ross Trump. I wasn't gonna watch it, but it just looks too entertaining to miss. I'm missing it. I need to see it. Come on, you people, go. Fuck out of here. Get your cars and get them out of here. Get your cars and get them out of here. I ride this bike because I care about our planet, unlike you, with your selfish, weak legs. Oh, I can't pedal the bike. I care about this planet. All you care about is your convenience. I'm gonna become a liberal. I'd make a great fucking liberal. I know just how to act. Like an arrogant fucking cocksucker. Seems fun. Like anytime somebody questions you about anything, you can just spin it to where you're a victim or you're a fucking hero, don't you know? I'm riding this bike for my fucking planet. Because I care about you and your disgusting children that you shouldn't even have because you're killing the planet. should all get vasectomies and stop breeding. My ribs still fucking hurt. I shouldn't even be riding this bike because it fucks them up. I need to sit in the house for 2 days. I think they'd stop hurting. But I can't stop. You do something and it fucking fucks up. It just hurts all over again. I mean, what is that? They said it was just bruised up. Like, damn. Bruise supposed to heal, son. They probably lied. Probably a DEI hire didn't even know how to read the damn x-ray. It's like, yeah, I guess you're fine. I don't know. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. We're going to go smoke weed in the break room. Get out of here. I care about your stupid ribs. Get out of here, baby. Quit crying about it. Don't you see we're under a cyber attack from the Chinese? All our systems are down. Go home. Get over it. Phone's gonna die. We're in a race against the clock to get to the plug. A race against time itself. Nope, I'm eating in peace. You're not following me in here and begging. I done fed you. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. We won. Rogue didn't say nothing about my ribs. The wound's healing up fine, but I mean, they'll stop hurting, but then I'll have sex or ride that bike around or something, like any type of physical activity, and they start fucking hurting again. What are you gonna do though? What am I just gonna sit here for fucking days until it goes away? I gotta go make money, gotta do something. Just sit here. I mean, I didn't show you the ribs. What's he gonna tell me about the ribs over the phone? They x-rayed my ribs, that was fine. Well, you boys are going to war soon. You're gonna love it. Who's got a link to that Aiden Ross Trump stream? Who's got it? Make yourself useful. Where is it? It is. I thought he was banned off YouTube. He's not. Huh?
Jen collected a ton of rent from Sarah today.
Yeah, I heard.
What's going on here? What's going on? Well,
Today is going to be the most important stream I've ever done, first of all. And I want to say thank you for doing this, seriously.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Get some good ratings today.
We're going to get some good ratings. Everyone thought this was going to be fake today, but, we proved them wrong. So.
Right in the living room of Mama, which I don't allow this to be ever done. So you're the first, just about.
Thank you.
And we'll have a little fun. And my son Barrett says hello. Young guy, but he's a big fan of yours.
What's up, Baron? Great kid. Amazing. He's tall. Very tall.
Good student.
Yeah. He's very smart. I'll tell you that.
Yes.
I do want to first
Very.
off, say this. Everyone in the chat, everyone in this room, everyone loves you. And I just want to say you're a true hero for this country, and I really appreciate you. And I'm really thrilled we can do this today.
I'm doing it. Give me it. That's great.
So do you know what live streaming is on these platforms?
More or less, yeah. It's the new wave.
It's the new wave. I'm gonna explain it to you, all right? So I'm gonna show you this chat right now. Let me show you this. So this is the live chat. So you already broke the website in 5 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you broke it. The chat wasn't working. But we ended up fixing it. It's just very slow. Everyone in the chat say hello. You guys can put hi in the chat, and W's mean it's good. W means win. Yeah. Yep. So they're putting W's and stuff. Yeah, W Trump. All right. So yeah, everyone is just super thrilled. Yeah, I want to break $1 million. I think we could do it. You think so? Oh, I'm thrilled. Elon actually already he commented on the X post that I went live already.
Elon is a great guy.
Yeah, he's great.
Really a fantastic person. Little imagination he's got, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Rockets and tunnels and
Yeah.
everything. He's a fantastic guy.
He's great. So let's get started today. Let's have some fun.
Let's go.
We'll touch base on some topics, and then we'll do some fun stuff.
Sounds good.
Cool? Let's have a good time. All right, well, the first thing is, the reason why, I really wanted to make this stream happen is because there's a lot of people that are first-time voters watching today. And I want to make it very clear to everybody that you're a human being, you're a great human being. I want you to basically talk to this camera, talk to them and explain why it's very important as a first-time voter to go out and vote and why they should vote for you.
I'd love to do that, and I love having a young audience. This is young. I think you have some oldsters too, because I also know some oldsters that are listening and watching. But it's about the American dream. Right now, you don't have the American dream. We have a country that's not respected, a country that's being laughed at, a country that just a little while ago were having a stock market explosion in a negative way as opposed to a positive way. And that's been happening for quite a while. It's been simmering and really happening for quite a while. And we're going to make this country so strong and so great. And when you're ready for your job, you're going to get a great job, so you can make the kind of money this guy's making, maybe even more if that's possible.
I'm trying to be like you, boss.
But you'll live your life and you'll be successful. And at a young age, it's really wonderful to think about the American dream. And with Kamala and Joe, I took him out. We had a debate, and the debate didn't go so well for him. And they sort of, what they did, it was really a coup of somebody.
Yeah.
14 million votes, he had it. And all of a sudden they went to him and they said, we don't want you running anymore. And it's sort of like a prize fight from my standpoint. You're focused on this one man, and all of a sudden you're fighting somebody else, but she's actually worse than he is. And you're starting to see that. I think people are going to see that it's going to be very evident. So go out. We want the American dream. We're going to give you the American dream, and you're going to be real happy. Thank you.
I have another question. And again, Mr. President, I'm not really full into politics, but, I'm getting there. And I do want to make this very clear as well. It's on my mind. Back when I was I went to high school in California, okay? And, a lot of the teachers were basically at the time, this is your first term. They were telling me how horrible a person you are and all these things. And the teachers, you're not supposed to do that. It's inappropriate to have teachers, discuss politics in school. But it's becoming really normal for a lot of teachers, and you're a kid, when you're a kid, your brain is like a sponge. So I want to know what your thoughts on that, kind of the corruption in the school system in a way. They're teaching some pretty bad stuff in there.
It's been brainwashed to a certain extent. Even the teachers have been brainwashed. They've learned from a long time. This is long before me. This liberal way, or now they call it progressive. They don't like the term liberal. They're not allowed to use that anymore, so I usually use it. But this liberal way that they have, and it's a bad thing for the country. We want to have borders. We want to have low taxes. We want to have great schools, really, great schools, so you can go and learn and be successful and have a wonderful life and all of that. But we want to have a good military so we can protect ourselves from some bad players. You get some bad players out there. And, it's interesting. During my 4 years, we had no war. We had nothing. Everybody was afraid we were going to have wars. And just the opposite. North Korea, I remember Barack Obama is telling me, the biggest problem we have is North Korea. I didn't have a problem with North Korea.
No.
Big nuclear presence, I didn't have a problem. The only war we had was already started long ago, and that was ISIS, and I defeated them in a very short amount of time,
I remember.
very quickly. And we had no wars under the Trump administration, and that's a great thing. You know, that's a really great thing. It was, I think, 82 years since that's happened. And we won't have wars again, but we could have a war before we even get there. That's the problem. We have a number of months. We have 4 months, and the election's starting very soon, and I guess 5 months before you actually get in. And a lot of damage can be done in 5 months by incompetent people. We have very incompetent people right now. And I'm not saying that out of happiness. I'm saying that out of sadness, because our country's in tremendous danger, not only of stock market crashes or depressions or whatever it may be. It's a tremendous military danger. We have Israel's blowing up, the Middle East is blowing up, Russia's going wild with Ukraine. And things are out of control, and we have nobody that knows how to talk. We have nobody that knows. I was watching when Russia was thinking about going in, and they never would have done it with me. They never, and they didn't. But they never, after I got in, they started loading up the border. I thought he was doing it for negotiation purposes. And Biden said all of the wrong things, everything wrong. And ultimately they attacked, and they wouldn't have done that if I were president. So we got to get back in and get it straightened out. We'll get that one worked out.
100%.
A lot of people dying.
Yeah, it's a lot of innocent lives being lost. You know, you had mentioned, you know, the stock market crashing. I don't know if you obviously, I saw the post you made on your app Truth. You know, what I just saw yesterday and the day before, you know, I'm in crypto and I'm in stocks myself. And I couldn't believe what's going on. You know, you have Japan, you have everybody just falling. And I want to ask you, you know, how do we basically get it back up and flowing and back up and running? And, you know, and what's causing this?
Well, right now you have no confidence. You have somebody that now is taking over from Biden because he just wants to stay. No, it was a fraud. They tried to tell people he was competent, he knew what he was doing. And in the debate, he was adjudged to be not so good.
Yeah.
But you can go back 4 years, too. You know, he campaigned from his basement. He didn't campaign. I said, where is this guy during COVID? They used COVID as an excuse not to let him talk.
Yeah.
The whole thing was a fraud, and everybody knew it, and they knew it strongly. And we're going to get it going again. We have to get it going again. It's they put us in a very bad position. The worst thing is we have probably, I think, Aiden, 20 million people came into our country with open borders, and many come from prisons. And you can be a liberal, and people can be, but coming from some of the meanest prisons all over the world, not just South America, from all over the world, from the Congo and Africa, they come from all over the world. They're coming, and they're releasing their prisoners into the United States. Now, you can be a liberal guy, you can be progressive as anybody in the world, and you can't think that's a positive thing. No. They're coming out of mental institutions. They're pouring into the United States, and they're hurting and damaging our country, and they're killing our people. And the crime rate with what you're talking about and what we're talking about, we call it migrant crime. It's a new form of crime, and it's a very violent crime. And it's going to take on proportions the likes of which this country has never seen before. And remember, these people are just getting accustomed. These are people coming out of mental institutions, prisons and jails, and many terrorists. We're having record numbers of terrorists coming in. So I'm talking, I assume, mostly to a young audience, but a young audience, no matter where they're coming from, they can't be happy about this.
No, they can't. Jobs are being taken, a lot of crime. You know, so what, President Trump, what do we do to fix that issue? What if you know, I happen to be born in another country and I want to come the right way? How would that work?
Well, that's what we want. We want people to come in, but they have to come in through a system, through a legal system. And you know, one of the things that's unfair is we have hundreds of thousands of people that have applied to come in, and this administration doesn't talk to them.
Right.
But if they walk through the southern border, they have no problem getting in. I don't even know why they're doing this, but some people are waiting 10 years to come in, and they've studied, they learned all about the United States, about our Constitution, about everything, and they're not being let in, and we're allowing people to come in from really rough places, really bad places. And they come in through caravans, and you know, these caravans have 10, 20, 30,000 people. And they're pouring through Mexico.
That's crazy.
And Mexico was great when I was there. They were helping us. I had stay in Mexico. You can imagine what that is. That means you have to stay in Mexico. You can't come into this country until we approve you. They gave it up. Now they just walk right in. Wow. They had catch and release. We had catch and release. Says you catch a criminal, and you release them into our country. I said, no. We catch a criminal and we release them into Mexico. I think you feel better about that.
Yeah, so definitely.
You know, it's one of those things. There's so many things. They are so bad. It's like amateur night. It's either amateur night or they want to destroy our country.
Right. Do you what do you think about what's going on in Venezuela? The whole situation out there.
Well, I know it very well, and Venezuela is right now being run by a dictator. We're enemies with Venezuela. Venezuela was going to collapse, and people could have gone back to Venezuela. They're in our country now. They've released tremendous numbers of criminals into our country. If you look at Caracas, it's known for being a very dangerous city, and now it's very safe. In fact, the next interview we'll do it in Caracas, Venezuela, because it's safer than many of our cities after they've released their criminals into all of our cities.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm kidding.
I know.
You know, the reason I have to say that, because the fake news media knows that too, but they'll say, he suggested they go to Venezuela. You know, they are so bad, it's hard to believe. But anyway, so Venezuela, their crime is down 70%.
Right.
Because they've taken their criminal elements, which are large, it was a very dangerous place, especially Caracas and the different cities, and they moved them into the United States of America. I know you're very happy. I know that your mother and father must be thrilled when they hear that.
Yeah.
Who happen to be here, I believe.
They are. They're right over there. Hey, Mom, hey, Dad.
Are you thrilled with what they're doing? I don't think so. I don't think they're thrilled. I don't think so. So their crime rate is down 72%.
Right.
Because they're drug dealers, they're criminals, they're murderers, they're rapists. Everything's being moved into the United States. And soon they will have moved all of their criminals into the U.S. They won't have crime. So that's why I say we'll go to Venezuela for our next interview. Okay. It's a very serious problem. I mean, honestly, what they're doing to this country, they're destroying our country, Aiden. They're destroying stupid people. He's not a smart man. He wasn't smart 35 years ago. He wasn't smart 20 years ago. And now he's really not smart. No. And you saw that from the debate. I mean, he's really gone down the tubes. And she couldn't even pass her law exam. She couldn't pass her bar exam. And I'm not saying that because I know other people didn't pass their bar exam, but she thought she'd never be able to pass it. And this is who we have running our country. It's a shame. She's ultra-left, ultra-radical. I just see where 99 vicious terrorists, when she was, I guess, Attorney General, because she was Attorney General of California, she destroyed California. Her policies have destroyed California. Her policies, when she was the district attorney, have destroyed San Francisco. San Francisco was the best city in our country 20 years ago. And now it's, frankly, it's not even livable. We have to bring our cities back. We're gonna have to focus on bringing our cities back.
It's actually really sad. You know, I lived in California for a long time. Even Los Angeles, it's not safe. It's not safe. Everyone I know that lives in multi-million-dollar, homes that do what I do, content, they're getting robbed. They're getting robbed. The police don't really, they're not active out there as they are in some other states, and it's really sad. And I agree. I saw a video in San Francisco where people just walk into a Louis Vuitton and an Apple store, and just loot, and leave like nothing ever happened. It's crazy.
They loot, and not only that, they have like $1,000 or $1,500, which she started, where she won't even prosecute if it's less than $1,500.
Wow.
So you see these people go in with like calculators, and they're adding the stuff that they're stealing because they won't be prosecuted. So that if they get nabbed, they say, no, it's less than whatever it is, $1,000. Right. And she started the concept of that, and it's now spreading. Our country, we need strong leadership. We didn't have stuff like this. When you look at what's happened to this country, and you look at other countries, crime rates all over the world are down. You know why? Because they're all dumping their bad people, their prisoners, and all of the people that are bad. They're not only the people on the streets, the people that are in jails. You know what they save by doing that? But they're dumping their prisoners and their criminal elements. They're dumping them into the United States of America. And our crime is going to go through the roof. It's going to go through the roof. And, if we win, and I hope we win, we should win, we seem to be winning. And, you can't even imagine that anybody would want these. This has nothing to do with me. Who would want these people? But can you imagine? They're just getting comfortable now. And they're criminals. So they're sort of laying low a little bit now because they're not comfortable. But soon they'll be comfortable. And they'll find that our police they're great.
Yeah.
But they're not allowed to do their job. They're not allowed to be strong. And they could do their job if they were let. But if they do their job, they have their pension knocked out, they have their car taken away, their family taken away, their house taken away, everything's taken away, they lose their job. It's a very rough thing being a policeman today, I'll tell you, but they could do the job. We're going to have to let them do their job. We have a crime-infested nation. We're a drug-addicted nation, and we're a crime-infested nation. Other than that, we're doing quite well.
Yeah. I want to move topics a little bit here. You know, I saw, I'm unfamiliar with exactly what it was called. You were speaking on stage. Women, and you just got ambushed. They were late, and not a hi, hello, how are you? Just straight into it, just straight trying to rip you apart. And I think you handled it pretty well, but I wanted to ask you a question, like, why do you think, like, they just straight up do that for you, but then they're going to ask the other side, oh, what's your favorite flavor of ice cream?
That's right. Yeah. Well, I did this as a favor. This was the black journalists. The room had.
Hell, Aiden asked better questions than the damn media. These are real questions.
It was back.
Yeah.
And I did it because I thought it was a good thing to do. And they had a journalist, I didn't know who she was, but she was nasty. She was a terrible person. And I walk in, and instead of saying, hello, thank you very much for doing this, they also said, Kamala's going to do it. But then Kamala said, she wants to do it because she can't talk to people. She can't answer questions. She hasn't done one interview. She's not doing any interviews.
Yeah.
Because if she did one interview where a hard questions, she's incapable of answering. But I walk in and this woman starts talking about, she talked about, let's get rid of the elephant in the room. And she starts talking about racism and whatever. I said, you didn't even say hello to me. And I'm doing them a favor by doing this. I'm doing this out of respect to the black community. And we're getting record numbers, as you know, in the black community. And she came across, she's with ABC Fake News, which is one of the worst. ABC is one of the worst.
Right.
And she is horrible. So she was very nasty. Harris Faulkner was there. She was excellent. The other person I didn't know, she was okay. I wouldn't say she was great, but she was okay. But I did it, and it was quite a sensation. Actually, a lot of people think it was well handled. The woman was so rude.
So rude.
That, it's hard to believe. You can walk into a thing, and I do them a favor, and I do this. Most people said, why are you doing it? I feel I have an obligation to you. I want to look with it. You become the president for all of the people, not for a certain segment.
Correct.
Not even for just my, they talk about my base, it's a very big base. But you become president for all of the people. So I feel you have an obligation to do that. Now, she's not doing anything. She's not doing any interviews because I don't believe she's capable. She starts, she's strange. The whole thing is strange. Let's put it this way. Our country's in big trouble.
Yeah. I spoke to your son, Don Jr., when I met you in Doral.
Right.
I spoke to Don Jr. a little bit. He said, man, I feel for the young generation. You guys, look at this. Like, look what's going on here. Like, it's like you need these next 4 years. If not, I don't know how well the country's going to do after these 4 years.
I don't think it survives. I really don't.
Yeah.
Look, we're going to have 20 million people in by the time this election takes place. 20 million people. That's bigger than New York State. Many of those people are people that you should not have, and we're all for everything. All men are created equal, as the expression goes. Of course. They say all men and women are created equal. When they wrote that, it was a slightly different time. Today, that alone is a politically incorrect statement.
Yeah, it is.
So all men and women are created equal, everything. But the fact is, when you're dumping all of these criminals and all of these drug dealers, all of these people into our country, you're really hurting our country badly. It has to be, we have to take very strong measures.
We definitely do. Moving to the next. Oh,
I didn't know they were allowed to applaud.
yeah, they're allowed to applaud. You guys can keep it
All
going.
right, that's common sense, right? It is about common sense. I mentioned that term because whether you're conservative, liberal, it's all about common sense.
It is.
You want to have good education. You want to have borders. You want to have low interest rates to be able to buy a house. You want to, so many different things. But you got to have common sense. And we're run by people. And, just a little thing. When I started campaigning almost like 8 years ago, I talked about Merry Christmas. We should have Merry Christmas again. Let's bring back Merry Christmas. Just you weren't allowed to say Merry Christmas. I got it back.
Dude, you know some liberal.
You're Jewish.
There's gonna be so many liberal fucking videos of them melting down and him saying that. They were like, "Wait, what do you mean? We were always allowed to say Christmas. We were always allowed to say." I'm gonna start saying that. We all should start saying that Trump saved Christmas, and we all we need to start lying a little bit like them. Start telling goofy lies. Like, yeah, for years we couldn't say Merry Christmas until Trump, and he saved it from Barack Obama. And just keep saying that, no matter how much they scream and rant and rave, just keep saying it. Stand by it. Yes, Christmas was banned. Couldn't say it.
Jewish friends say we love Merry Christmas.
I'm Jewish. I love Merry
Good,
Christmas.
and you know Kamala doesn't.
She doesn't like
no,
it?
She doesn't want you to use Merry Christmas.
Wow.
She thinks it's insulting to use Merry Christmas. So we'll have to work on her.
I wanted to ask you a question. Speaking of, you said something about common sense. Someone who has no common sense, Joe Biden. Do you think he was pushed out, or do you think he made the decision to step down?
No, he was not only pushed out, it was a coup. I'm telling you, they went in to see him. He did badly. The debate was a disaster.
Oh, it was horrible.
Okay. I don't know if I was brilliant or if he was horrible. Maybe it was a combination of both.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah.
I know one thing. They were saying after I left, they said, you know, that was one of the greatest debate performances we've ever seen. And then 2 days later, they just said he was terrible.
Right.
They never gave. They
Right.
took away the great debate performance.
Yeah.
But anyway, but no, I mean, I did fine, and he is. Look, he's done tremendous damage to our country. He was a terrible president. He was the worst president we've ever had. She's, by the way, considered the most unpopular vice president we've ever had. But she's she's worse than he is. I actually think he's smarter than her, and I think he's a really not smart person. But I think he's smarter than she is. But she was convenient. She was there. They have better people, and they have much better. In fact, all of the people that she's looking at are considered much better than her. These were people that were thinking about running. They would have run, except that they didn't want to go through this roadblock with her. And
Thank you, Mr. President. Let's see who we got next. We got you.
Patriot.
Joe Rogan.
Interesting. He really is. He's an amazing guy. He's a very interesting guy.
So we got next. Mr. White.
Well, he's a fighter. I'll tell you, that guy, he fights. You wouldn't want to have him against you. A little bit true with all of these people that you show, and there's a good one. Elon, a genius, truly a genius. You know, I see the rockets come down with the engines, and they're coming down. The engines are there. They have no wings, no nothing. That was a couple of years ago. I said, what is that? And I said, what was that all about? He says, well, we want to be able to save the engines, not to go into the ocean and all. But he really is. He's a genius. He's also a very good person. You know.
So next here we got Kanye.
So he's very complicated. Let's say complicated. Because he's a really nice guy, but he can get himself into trouble, and he gets some other people. But you know, he's got a good heart. He does, but he's complicated. Kanye. Fake, but in all fairness, look, but she knows it. She's got a thing going. It's a good thing. She's a good thing for her. But there's a certain something she's got a spark. That's pretty amazing, actually. She's got a good spark. So I'll change it. I'll say spark. She does have. It's a, you know, when she was running against a gentleman from Queens, and I asked his people, I said, are you careful? This guy was going to be Speaker of the House. It was going to be him, not Nancy Pelosi. And Joe, he is a good politician, a real pro, been around for a long time, many years in Congress. And I watched her on television. And I saw a clip of her speaking, ranting, going crazy. And I said, who's she running against? Running against Joe. So, does he know? Oh, he's got no problems. He's got no problem. I said, is he doing any debates? No, he doesn't have to bother with the debates. He's been there for years. I said, tell him I said that he should be careful. Because I saw her. And I said, she's Evita. I called her Evita. Maybe that's the best. Evita Peron. I said, she's Evita. She's in the streets screaming, shouting, going crazy, hugging people, hugging everybody. Hug. I said, he better be careful. And she took him out. So I give her credit. But she's got a lot of sizzle. Well, there's a powerful man. He's a powerful man. I know him very well. I know him probably better than anybody in this country does. And got to know him extremely well. We had a great relationship until COVID. COVID was a step too far. But we did very well with China. President Xi. We did very, very well with China. We took in hundreds of billions of dollars. No president took in 10 cents. I took in. And I exposed China. Look, I want China to do great. Okay, but they can't take advantage of us like they were doing for years and years. We lose $500 billion a year in trade, all of it. But then COVID came in, and it really, it changed. But I will have a very good relationship with him. There's no going to war with him. He doesn't want to go to war. We're not going to go to war. And we had a very good relationship. Actually, he was right in this room. He came to this country, and he stayed here for a number of days, as you remember. And we had incredible meetings, a very famous meeting in the dining room, actually. But he loves his country, and he's very strong and very powerful and very interesting. But he really does love his country, I can tell you that.
Let's see what we got next on this list.
Yeah. Gavin Newscomb. No, you spelled his last name?
He literally ruined California. Beautiful state. California is beautiful. He ruined it.
And when you watch him, he's always saying, oh, we're doing so great.
Right.
We're not doing great. I mean, I have holdings in California, and I own a golf course right on the ocean, right on the Pacific Ocean in Palos Verdes. So beautiful. It's a club. It's big, many acres, hundreds of acres, and it's fantastic. But California is so precious. One of the most beautiful places in the world, in terms of weather, in terms of everything. And they're just destroying it with crime. The crime is out of control. It's a very dangerous place. And he, I think it's a shame because I like him. I got along with him great. I helped him a lot with his fires. I kept saying, why don't you do something about the forest fires?
Yeah.
There's no reason to have that. There's no management. They have no management control over the forest. I said, you have to do things. But I got along with him great, but he has not done the job.
No.
He has not done the job. Sad.
Let's see what we got next.
Yeah. He's turned very liberal, actually. They say he's the son of Fidel Castro, and could be. Anything's possible in this world, You're going to learn as you get older. You've seen a lot already for your age. Her age, I would say. Her year spent, you've seen as much as anybody. But Justin Trudeau is, I get along with him very well, actually, but he seems to be going very progressive. The people of Canada are not liking it. I mean, if they had a good conservative person, maybe they do, maybe they don't, But somebody that's a strong conservative would win in Canada. Canada's very unhappy about the way they've been treated as people. But I got along with them well. Now this man I really got along with well. We had Little Rocket Man, we had the red button. He said, I have a red button on my desk, and I said, no, I have a red button too, and mine's bigger than yours and mine were. It was a really bad month and a half. He was very, very tough on President Obama, very tough on everybody. It's the hermit nation. Everybody has hermits. I said to him, do you know Elton John? No. I said, did you ever hear the song Rocket Man? And I actually played him the song Rocket Man. He said, no, I've never heard it. I said, you're Rocket Man. He said, no, you call me Little Rocket Man, not Rocket Man. But I tell you what, so we had a very nasty thing. People were actually worried about it because it could have been dangerous. But President Obama told me that this was the single biggest threat to the United States. It was Kim Jong-un of North Korea. And one day, I got a call from people that wanted to see me about him, and he wanted to meet. He did not want to meet with Obama, did not want to meet with anybody. Got tremendous nuclear capability. He does. Check that closely. And he does. I got to know him very well, and I got along with him great. He was very smart, very strong. He's the absolute leader. You know, a lot of people say, oh, maybe he's not the leader. He's the absolute. When he's around, his people are standing up at attention. I've never seen. We were at a lunch, and we had 20 people on his side and 20 people on mine, looking at each other.
Right.
In Singapore, we had a meeting in Singapore. It's the biggest press conference I've ever had. There were thousands of paparazzi. I've never seen anything like it. I think people said they've never seen anything like it. I was walking in, he was walking, we met in the middle of the
Yeah,
place just went crazy. But we got along very well. He's very, very smart. And, you know, he's a real power. He's a real power. I think he's upset that I'm not there. Nothing would have happened with him. We would have gotten along with him fine. I was trying to get him to do, you know, his country is, you talk about location. He's right between, think of this, Russia, China, one side, and South Korea on the other. I said, you have a great piece of real estate. You could make so much, you could have gorgeous things. I said to him, think about gorgeous condos going up on your shore. He's got a lot of ocean. He's got ocean frontage on both sides. But I got along with him great. We would have had no problem with him. Now he's getting very angry with us, and he's getting very angry with, I understand he doesn't like her. He doesn't know her, but he forms opinions. He doesn't like her. And he thought that Biden was a stupid man, a very stupid man. He would say that, but I say the same thing, so at least we agree on something. But Biden is, they really have hurt our country. These people have hurt our country. Kim Jong-un was great for as long as he was there, as long as I was there was going to be no problem. That I can tell you. We met in Singapore. I got to know him so well. And, you know, I always say that we have enemies from within and we have enemies on the outside. So he would be considered, I guess, an enemy. I think he would be absolutely fine. China, the same thing. I always say if you have a smart president, you don't have a problem with the outside. But you still will have a problem with the inside because these people are sick. They're sick. And the people from the inside, I mean, they're willing to take down our country. It's incredible. When I look at guys like Adam Shifty Schiff, he's such a bad guy, such a liar with the Russia hoax. It was a total hoax. It went on for 2.5 years and total exoneration. Nothing to do with Russia. The opposite. I was the worst thing that ever happened to Russia because I stopped the pipeline, the Russia pipeline. It's called Nord Stream 2. Nobody ever heard of Nord Stream 2. But, you know, it was just 2 years of this stuff. And actually putting our country in danger. Because you put the country
Give us a status report on the UK. Weather report. Smoke in the air. Fires raging.
Getting along with the foreign leaders. If you're smart, our country is safe. If you're stupid, and that's the problem. We have stupid people there now, and those people are very dangerous. Right now, you know, I'm hearing there's going to be an attack tonight by Iran of Israel. They're going to be attacked tonight. I'm telling you right now. I hear it just through the same waves. There's no top secret information or anything.
Right.
But I hear that Israel's going to be attacked tonight. If I were president, nobody would even be talking about that word because it wouldn't happen 100%. And it's so, but when you have Pelosi and when you have Schiff, and you have all these people, I mean, when you have people like Schumer, you have all these people. These people are a danger to our country. And they get a guy like Biden in, he's just a vessel. He has no idea where the hell he is. He's their perfect vessel because he'll do anything that they want him to do. So we really have dangerous people. They go after their political opponent, like me. I mean, me being especially. I mean, they've used law enforcement to go after me. They've come at me with everything. We just won the big case in Florida. You saw that. Mm-hmm. That was the big case. That was the biggest of the cases. And we won that conclusively. We had a brilliant and very fair judge. I mean, you know, if I had fair judges, I win every case. But they put you in cases where the judges are totally corrupt. Where, like in New York, where the whole legal system is actually bringing down the state and bringing down the city because of corruption so bad. But we have to solve the problem from within. The problem on the outside, you have somebody smart, you can handle it easily, actually. But the problem with it, we have people that truly hate our country. We have to solve that problem.
I wanna get this right, what I'm about to say, because you had said something about crooked, and I want to say, I want to get this right, so I'm pulling my phone. The same DA, Fannie Willis.
Right, Fannie Willis.
She goes you very unfairly.
She goes by the name of Fani, even though it's F-A-N-I. She wants it pronounced Fani. Little French, French accent, and her lover, Wade, right?
Yeah.
Mr. and Mrs. Wade.
Would you say she's very unfair?
Well, not only to me. There are many people. She wanted to indict a senator, a couple of senators, I understand, that had nothing to do.
Yeah.
There are many people, and this has taken place in Georgia. Georgia's phenomenal. Georgia is great. I love the people of Georgia. I've done great with the people of Georgia.
Yeah.
Alabama, South Carolina, North Carolina, but Georgia is so good, and she's destroying it, and the governor should do something about it, because, look, these are innocent people. These are patriots.
One second, I was just going to switch this. So I know Fannie Willis is treating you very unfair. I have a friend who's currently being treated unfair by her. He's a rapper named Young Thug.
Yeah.
And I was just...
I heard that.
Yeah, I just was wondering if there's a way that we can make sure he gets treated fair. That's it.
So I've heard about him, and I heard he's being treated very unfairly by her.
Yeah.
And I would tell her she's got to treat these patriots that are being all terrible. They're going after him. And I hear Young Thug is being treated. I heard the name.
Yeah.
I heard it from other people where they say he's being treated very unfairly.
Very unfair.
So he's got to be treated fairly.
Please. Let's see who we got next on the we got a couple more people left.
Okay.
That's hopefully some good ones. Cool.
So he was very good with me, because when they were doing the Russia hoax, they said I did something with him on a phone call, and basically I congratulated him on his winning the presidency.
Right.
And said some other things which turned out to be perfect, better than perfect. If he sees any corruption, please report it to the Attorney General of the United States, which we have an agreement with the country. We have actually a signed contract with them, a very important one, because Ukraine has always been known as very corrupt. I don't know if you know that. It has been a very corrupt country. I think the people are great, but it's been very corrupt. And I said, if you find any corruption in the country, you should report it. Attorney General. He did say that. And it was a very good thing to say. It turned out I was 100% right in saying it. So they made up a phone call. But fortunately, the phone was essentially taped. The call was essentially taped. I didn't know this, but a lot of times when you're talking foreign leaders, they have tape. Or they have stenographers. And we had 2 professional, really great military stenographers. So everywhere. So when they said I did these things, I said, no, I didn't. And then I said, was that taped, or did they have the stenographers? The answer was yes. And they got all the way down the line to impeach me. They wanted to impeach me over this phone call, a single phone call. And I knew that I had them because I had the tape or the stenographers, everything perfect. Every word was perfect. And then they did the impeachment. And just before that, because I remember Nancy Pelosi was crazy, we can't impeach him. Look at what the phone call was. She saw the phone call.
Yeah.
And then they decided, well, let's do it anyway. Can you believe how bad these people are?
Cool.
Let's do it anyway, because they had the phone call. That's where Tim Scott, a great guy from senator from South Carolina, he said, wait a minute, I've just read the phone call. That phone call was, he was the first one to speak up. Tim Scott of South Carolina. Then Republican senators spoke up. And they were great. I mean, there was great, of course, the only one was Mitt Romney, real stiff, and he couldn't get elected dog catcher right now. But and he actually voted, he actually only took a half a vote away, but everybody else voted for me 100%, unanimous with the Republicans. And it was fine. But what they did was they made up a call, and then when they found out that I had it essentially on tape, they looked really bad. And they had a decision to make. Do they pull it? And she said, no, we shouldn't be doing this, but let's go ahead with it anyway. I did nothing wrong. So you have to be careful. So let me just say about him. So when they called him and they asked him, Did President Trump say anything that was inappropriate or wrong? He said, absolutely not. It was a very nice phone call. There was nothing unusual about it at all. And he could have grandstanded. He could have said, and he didn't say that. So I respect him. I think that I will be able to make a deal with him and Vladimir Putin very quickly.
Great.
Even though it would have been a lot easier before this war started, and you wouldn't have 500,000 people, or maybe much more than that. I think you're going to find that the number of people dead is far greater than what they're saying. That's a really nasty thing going on over there. But I think I will be able to get him and Putin together, and we'll get it ended. It would have never started if I were president. We had no chance.
Better get out of there, Voxer. Get out. Flee the country now. Get on a plane now. Leave tonight. Pack a bag and leave tonight.
He did love it. He did want it. But he knew he couldn't.
You can stay here. We'll look at the basement in person. I'll give you a personal tour of the shithole basement.
And now when you look at
Why
all
the-
of the death and all of the
the
destruction, even of their culture, because those cities are wiped to the ground. You know, most of the cities outside of Kiev, most of those cities are wiped down to the ground. And
Turn these
it's so
speakers
sad.
off.
When those buildings come down, there are plenty of people. You know, people think those buildings don't have people. There are a lot of people in those buildings that don't want to be. And those buildings come down. They're big buildings, big heavy buildings, and they come down. And
instantly they crushed.
Horrible.
Missiles hit them.
I wanted to touch base real quick on the inflation thing. So, you know, I saw you when you went to go speak in Nashville. You talked about crypto. You said that crypto can help with that. You know, you mentioned that it's somewhat like gold. Do you think that, you know, when you get back in office, you would still fully support crypto? And, you know, I just saw that the U.S. government, ever since you spoke about it, they're selling crypto. They're selling it. So what would you do if you were in office with crypto?
It's something they shouldn't be doing because they should be trying to build it. So if we don't do it, China's doing it, other places are doing it, and they're doing it anyway.
Yeah.
And it's a very modern currency. It's a very modern form. And I know a lot of very good people that are really into that world and into that market. They're smart, they're good people, and they think it's going to be very beneficial. And remember this, though, it's very important. It's like AI. Do you love it? Do you not like it? If we don't do it, China's going to do it, or other people are going to do it.
Yeah.
And we can't be left behind. And crypto is right in that sphere. And it is a form of currency. And again, China's already doing it. But if we don't do it, they're going to do it. AI is something that's really at the top of the list.
Yeah.
And there are pros and cons to everything. But China is trying to do everything.
Yeah.
And we've got to beat them to the punch.
I would love to see you and Elon, you know, get together and talk about AI together. I think it's really, really important because, you know, Elon with what he's doing, and then obviously you guys can really come together, maybe try to find some solutions for AI because it is getting out of hand. You see a bunch of fake stuff, and it's really getting crazy.
It's, you know, one thing about AI that's interesting is, and who would believe this, to really be at the top of it and to dominate, because China
Ain't no Muslims beheading you in the basement.
artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
Right?
It's moldy down there, but you can bleach it.
Artificial intelligence.
Get cleaned right up.
It's not really a very good name when you think of it.
They'll evict us at some point,
It's
but
just like fake intelligence, right? But regardless.
who knows when
so
that day will be? I
we
mean,
need massive
looks like the whole
amounts
damn
of
country's going to
electricity.
collapse, so maybe no one will
Yeah.
ever show up. You know, maybe it'll all just collapse.
If you don't build twice the amount
And we'll
of
just
electricity
squat
that
here.
the country
We live
produces,
here, damn
think
it.
of that number. You need
I get
more
mail here.
electricity than the country has for everything.
Go get a lawyer, motherfucker. I watch the
Okay.
news.
So nobody's going to be able to get.
I know the
I'm
law.
the only one because you're going to have to build power plants at every plant. You
Yeah.
have to have a power plant for
Yeah.
every plant. It's all electricity based. It's amazing. You need massive amounts of electricity. In the meantime, they built 8 chargers in the Middle West for cars because we shouldn't have, obviously, all electric. You know, they have this electric car mandate, and they don't go far. They cost a lot. They're going to be made in China. And under Biden, he wants everybody to drive an electric car. No more gas-propelled cars, no more hybrids, no more anything. Think of it, how crazy. And you can drive a car from here to Los Angeles on a tank of gas. Same thing with trucks. They want trucks to go electric. They'd have to make 6 stops to get to Los Angeles. With diesel, they don't have to make any stops, and they have left over. And the truck gets lighter as you go. You know, one of the problems with that is the weight. the weight of the batteries is so heavy, it's 2.5 times heavier than a truck without, with diesel. And you would have to rebuild all of your bridges all throughout the country. And I asked, the trucking industry supports me because of this. I mean, they probably like me, but they support me because of this, because they're not going to have an industry. I said, when you explain that you're going to have to rebuild all of your bridges in the country, when you explain that to the government officials that come and harass you, don't they say, oh, I see, well, then it doesn't work. Just that one thing, it doesn't work. When you explain to them that you have to stop 6 times for 4 hours of stop, and you talk about a supply chain problem, right? But I said, when you explain that to people, just tell them.
I've seen the
they
video.
say, oh, then we can't really do it. It makes sense. We can't do it.
But you wish you had a gun, huh?
You could have a child go into a meeting, and within 1 minute
Hey, I got
or 2
something
minutes,
for
they
'em.
would convince you that it doesn't work. Maybe sometime, but I think it's essentially never going to work. In my opinion, it'll never work. Because you're always going to have a weight problem. You're always going to have, it's never going to be the same kind of a thing where you can drive for 2 days without stopping. It's just not going to happen that way. And I said, what do they say when you go in and explain this? They don't care. They say, we don't care. We want you to go electric.
Yeah, I got
And
some.
one gentleman, the biggest guy in the business, he said to me,
Come on
all my
in.
life, I've been doing 50 years.
Come
I've
on
been
in,
doing it.
boys.
And every year they got
Come
better,
on in. We'll
bigger,
do well.
stronger, more
Yeah.
beautiful. Every
Ah,
year for 50
fucking
years, they
slice
become
a
more
bitch.
efficient, more fuel efficient,
Come on
better pollution
in.
control, everything. And if they make us do that,
We
we'll go
worship
back
Jesus in
50
this
years,
house.
More than that. He's been a truck 50 years.
Come
ago,
right
they'd
on
been better.
in.
They'd want
Learn
them
about
making us
Jesus.
shoes right now.
Your Lord and
I say, when you
Savior.
explain
Send
that,
you
they
to
don't
Him.
do anything. They sit there, they look, and they say, we don't
I got
care.
some swords and
That's our
knives
mandate.
too.
You have to go
I
on
got
that.
some knives too.
These people are going to destroy our country. We can't let them.
I got some blades
Well,
too.
Mr. President, I know you're very busy. It's already 2:15.
And while I'm stabbing you, ripping them guts out, guess what?
Well, let's go
3
do that.
dogs gonna be running up, trying to get a piece of you, trying to eat them insides.
I actually closed that out. Let me go full straight real quick. You go full straight on the OB.
Imagine you're getting stabbed and you're like, your guts are spilling out. You're like, what the fuck? And then dogs. And then I'm like, get them. And then 3 dogs run up to start gnawing at your inside, gnawing at this whole area is opened up and they're gnawing, fucking clawing at it, ripping at it. You're screaming. I'm laughing like Kamala Harris. Then I drag you down to the moldy basement. Let the dogs finish you down there. Got a little something for them when they come in. A little something for them. A little something nice. Chop them right up. How big that knife is, huh? Look how big that is. Up against the head. For comparison. This is going right through the body. Well, some of you is as big as a house. Some of you big as a house. This is getting stuck, but me, it's going right through the body. Right through my ass. I like this knife. I'm gonna keep it in the room. In case I gotta get up and fucking stab a bitch. Look at the size of that knife, boy. I got a tomahawk, too. I got a sword around here somewhere. Maybe I need the sword. The White House sword. Handle shaped like the White House. think. Oh, you're fucked. I told you get out. Been telling you for years to get out of there, and you won't listen. You know best.
Drink if you've ever made a woman come before.
Sorry.
Ha! Damn. Holy fuck. Got played. Man, 2 people asked me for money today. It just boggles my mind. You know, I ain't got no damn money. When I read a text like that, I laugh out loud. Wherever I'm at. You got $10? Man, I wish I had $10. I made a little bit of money today, and I spent it on food, put $5 on the electric bill. Money don't last long in this fucking country no more. Oh my God, I went to Dunkin' Donuts. Holy shit. By the way, if you buy a donut, get a free drink on the Dunkin' Donuts app. I don't know if you know it, but you know now. Free medium drink with purchase. Get you a donut, get you a little drink. I did it. Come on. Until that pill kicks in, I want you on my bed. So seriously, what's going on in the UK? We need eyewitness testimony. Like, if you look out your window right now, there's mobs of Muslims roaming the streets. I thought there was, like, mobs of, like, white, far-right dudes running the streets, too. And they were, like, fighting. Eventually, it's going to be really popping off over there, and you'll see Conor McGregor riding around in a tank. This is our country! You ever see him tweeting about it? Or making Facebook posts about it and shit? I see him all the time where he's talking about all the Muslims over there and all the fucking... He's all in against it. So, you're going to see him over there. We'll take our country back. The people of Ireland. I told you they were going to start beheading whites. I told you years ago, get out of England. You always laughing. Ain't laughing now, are you? Asshole puckered up, boy. He looked out the window the other day and said, oh my God, reality. It finally hit you. You're like, damn, I thought Smokey just be saying stupid shit. But holy shit, it's here, reality. Holy fuck, reality. It's here. I thought he was just saying stupid shit. I don't even know what it meant, but now I know. It means Muslims roaming the streets with swords. It don't get much more real than that. I told Aiden to get his ass out there and go fucking do something. Fight for his country. You should be out there doing the same. Out there fight for your nation. You've been wanting to say the N-word, now's your chance. Get out there and scream at the top of your lungs that you beat the fuck out of one of them in the street. This is your moment! This is your moment! It's a full-on race war, so now you can just go out and go crazy. Ah! They're attacking you, you attack them, this full-on race war! Race war! Fucking race war! We're taking back England for the Queen! For the fucking Queen! I seen them marching down the street chanting some shit about Allah. I don't even feel comfortable repeating it, quite frankly. You have to Google that one yourself. They was chanting it, though. I know them Muslims getting mad about them chants. Woo! You boys are in for the trouble.
Cleanest country in the world.
There's no wrong answer.
Like if you have to guess the cleanest country.
Ah!
The cleanest country in the world.
It's not about how hard you get hit. Like, just buy a PlayStation and shut up, you dork. I'm not part of the Xbox company. I don't care how hard you got hit on a PlayStation. Yeah, you see, Marvel Studios got rid of all the activist directors. Money talks. Success matters, I told you. It's no coincidence that an R-rated, non-woke Marvel film broke records, and immediately after they fired all those woke goofs. It's a business at the end of the day. I mean, we can make more movies like Deadpool, or we can make more fucking stupid shit like Miss Marvel. You know? I mean, you want to make money or not here? Nobody wants to see Miss Marvel. People want to see more Deadpool shit type of shit. I think they'll just let Ryan Reynolds run the whole fucking thing. He seems to have the only one with sense over there. He seems to get it better than any of them. Just let Ryan Reynolds run everything. You know Ryan Reynolds is worth $300 million fucking dollars? Did you know this? I didn't know this till I learned about it the other day. Told you Hugh Jackman would be back. He said, no, he retired as Wolverine, Smokey. He retired. He said he's never playing it again. You're off base, Smokey. You don't know what you're talking about. They're not bringing those characters back. They're not bringing Blade back, Smokey. They're not bringing any of those characters back. I told you they're bringing every one of them back. Every single one of them coming back. Gambit, that Gambit is probably going to get his own movie. He's coming back. Going to see more Gambit. Going to see more Hugh Jackman. Just get used to it. You don't make that much money and then go, I'm done. Even Robert Downey Jr. came back. That's what I'm saying. There's too much money. Why do you think Robert Downey Jr. really came back? Money. They offered him a ton of money, but on the back end, he's going to make a lot more. When this movie comes out, it's going to make so much money from all these characters being in it. Robert Downey wants to be in on the action. Everybody's playing multiple characters. That's what you have to understand. Chris Evans is playing 2 characters. Robert Downey Jr. is just doing what everybody else is doing. If you really think about it, there's a bunch of actors that play multiple characters in Marvel. Really think about this. I thought about it the other night. I had a few of them, but I can't remember now. But there's a bunch of them that have played different roles in there. The dude that played Thanos. There's a bunch of this. They're going to do that. That's why he came back and said, well, I want to do it too. Because they're going to do it. There's probably extra money in playing dual roles too. God, what happened with the crypto? How bad is that? How bad was it today? I kind of was paying attention, but I was chilling all day. I was out and about. Saw a Cybertruck today in person first time. It does look weird. It looks like a truck. It's not really a truck though. It's not like a truck you take out on the farm and do work with. It's like a city truck you drive around the city with, and you look cool, but it's not practical. You can't tow stuff with it, and you know, you can go pick up the groceries and put them in the back, shit like that. City truck. You seen Whistling Diesel got one and fucking ripped the whole tail end off of the fucking thing trying to tow a truck with it. Whole damn bottom of it came off. The fucking bumper's welded to the fucking body or something. It's dumb. I'm not a mechanic, but I could look at it. The aftermath of it go, what the fuck? That don't look right to me. I don't think it's a waste of money. I mean, it's just all in what you want it for. It's more of something to look cool. You want to look cool. It's not to work on a farm or something with. It's not a work truck. It might as well be a car, bro. A car with a truck bed in it. I'm sure it's cool to drive around and shit. Thing about electric vehicles, and I ride in one every day, that bike, is they fucking die, man. And when they die, it takes a while to charge them up. And I feel like the car's got to be similar, you know? It's just a bigger version of the battery that I got. And, you know, I just don't see how you all get anything done in these fucking things. I mean, shit. I do a few orders and then I got to come home because it's fucking dying. So how much distance can you get on one of these Tesla cars or something? Just feel like gas is the more practical way to go. Especially if you were using your car to work with and drive around a lot. I mean, you're going to have to stop and charge it for hours on end. I mean, who the fuck wants to do that? I could just pull up and put the gas in the car. It takes a few seconds. I think electric cars, I mean, if you're not going a lot of places, if you're just going to and from your job or to and from the gym or the store or something, it's fine. But if you're driving around a lot or you're traveling, you don't. They're talking about semi-trucks running on these. Come on, bro. Are you out of your fucking mind? It's like Trump was talking about on that stream. He's right. Just think about how impractical that is. Like, the truck driver can't pull over and fill up the tank. He's got to plug his truck in and charge up. And that takes forever. These batteries take forever to charge. Truck can go 224 miles and charge in 15 minutes. Yeah, so I've heard, but is that even true? Is that even true? And how many charging stations do we have? You gotta have a lot of charging stations. There's a ton of gas stations, gas pumps everywhere. It don't take 15 minutes at the gas pump either. Even 15 minutes, I mean, that's a lot longer than filling up at the tank. Maybe a minute tops. You could pay at the pump with your card and just go right, start filling it up. Don't even gotta go inside. You're in and out of there quick. Yeah, I'm sure it'll get better though. 10 years from now, it'll probably be fine. Oh, you're talking about the Cybertruck. Oh yeah, that's fine. I'm talking about a semi-truck. They want to put semi-trucks on these batteries, and I just don't think it's going to work. Maybe in the future, but right now, I don't see it. That's not true, Bruce. Stop spreading lies. That's already been debunked. Trump has a busy week ahead as usual. Trump's always doing rallies, and you can't question Trump's work ethic. That motherfucker be working. I remember the last election, that motherfucker was doing rallies like crazy. Remember that one rally he did in Michigan? It was freezing. It was freezing out there, and he was out there giving that rally. There was some dude out there, like, with his shirt off, I think I remember. With like, I was like, what the fuck? It was like cold as shit out there. Oh, you'll be kissing the shoes of the Muslims too, boy. You better fall in line. My suggestion would be fall in line. Go to a mosque and pray and convert to Islam. Might as well, because your government's going to take the side of the Muslims. Your government is going to be taken over by Islam. You don't see the writing on the wall? Like, I'm dead serious. I would leave. I don't care how broke I am. I would figure out how to get out of there. I'd literally be on here begging for money, just saying I gotta leave. I'd be showing you the footage of the riots and say I gotta get out of this place now. I need money. I'd be selling everything I owned, and I'd be on the first plane. I don't even want to fly, but I'd be flying the fuck out of there. Because they are going to start killing white people, I'm telling you. You're going to have a fucking all-out race war. You're going to be under a fucking police state if not. And they're going to take Muslim side over you. 100% they're taking the Muslim side over you. You're not going to be able to criticize Islam or nothing. That's where this is going. Because it's not COVID, Bruce. This is a normal day. Why do you try to do that? You're not smarter than me, Bruce, so you just need to act accordingly. We're trying to mislead, Bruce. And the economy around the world, something is happening. And it's not just all that, it's the stuff going on in Israel with Iran. People, the world's on edge right now because Biden is a weak president. One of the weakest presidents we've ever had. He's weak, he's incompetent, and the world is just spiraling out of control because America's asleep at the wheel. It really is a testament to the reality that America does kind of have to be the world's police. It lends credibility to that argument that if we don't do it, then someone else will. And do we want someone else to do it? Is that the world we want to live in? These are the questions you have to ask as you get older. I know as a child you don't think like this, but as you get older, you start to think like this. You start to understand that, do we want China to run the world? That what we want? Of course, it's not sustainable for America to run the world. It's why we're in debt. You have become a neocon. No, not at all. Not at all. I've just grown up and I realized that life ain't black and white. And there's many questions that need to be asked. There's a lot to think about. I wouldn't expect a simple-minded child like you to understand. You can't even get a girl. I don't expect you to get it. But when you look around the world right now in the chaos we're seeing, it is because our president is weak. That is literally why all this is happening, is because Joe Biden's a weak president. I'm sorry if you like Biden, that's fine, but you have to acknowledge the reality that Biden's a weak president, and that is why we're seeing what we're seeing in Ukraine and Israel and all these things. That lends credibility to the reality that you kind of need a strong president. You kind of need a strong America. Because when you don't have it, look around, look what happens. The world begins to spiral out of control. I'm sorry you don't want to face reality. I'm sorry that, there are things that, there are things that happen in life that, it is what it is. It is what it is. I don't want it to be true that, America kind of needs to be the world's police, but I'm not going to pretend like, what you're seeing now isn't kind of why America needs to be the world's police. Like, you got to be real about it. Can't deny what's unfolding in front of your eyes. Can't lie about it. And it's directly because of Biden. He's weak. Weak American president leads to chaos in the world. We're seeing it. I've already called for a ceasefire in the Middle East. Well, then you should be voting for Donald Trump, because Donald Trump wants peace. He wants these wars to end, and he said so countless times. So if you're looking for a more peaceful world, you should vote for the American president that's going to be the most peaceful, and that would be Trump. Birmingham is falling. You should be live right now covering this shit. Yeah, when Techie's making sense, you're an idiot, Bruce. Even Techie's making sense. Techie's 100% right. This is my problem with these anti-Israeli people. I remember them on October 7th talking mad shit. They was making jokes and shit. So, man, fuck these people, really. Why would I like people who think it's funny to slaughter innocent people? They're Jews, so they deserve to be slaughtered. They're Israelis, so they don't matter. Fuck them. I mean, what the fuck? They was going in people's houses and killing them while they was in their house. Kind of sick shit. Killing children and shit. Women. And I mean, that's a fucking act of war, bro. Like, that's you declaring war. Like, you can't come in my house, kill my whole family, and then go, ceasefire. Hey, we're even, ceasefire. Like, nah, we're not. No. 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 No, goddammit, no. Now I'm killing you, brother. I'm killing you. You understand? You've killed everybody. You killed everybody I love, so now I'm coming for you. You understand? And I got nothing to lose. Who cares if you kill me? Fuck it. I'm coming for you. You hear me? What'd you think was going to happen? When you went up in people's houses and killed their families, what'd you think was going to happen? You think they was just going to chill at the house and be like, well, we did some bad stuff to them over the years too. Man, it don't work like that, bro. It don't work like that. Biden ain't been working on shit. You sit your dumb ass down. Biden been working on nothing. Man, we all saw Biden, man. He ain't doing nothing. Somebody else may be doing some shit, but it ain't Biden, alright? Biden ain't on the phone. And what's Trump supposed to do? He's supposed to side with terrorism? See, that's what you idiots don't seem to understand. October 7th was terrorism. Full-on terrorism. Going in people's houses, killing women, children. Full-on terrorism. Man, I don't even hate Netanyahu, quite frankly. How do you like that? How do you like that, you dork? I listened to Netanyahu's speech to Congress the other day, and I thought it was a good fucking speech, and I agreed with a lot of shit he was saying. He made sense to me. He made a lot of sense. He sounded quite fucking normal to me. The shit he was saying. I listened to it. I was like, what's so bad? Like, what is... I'm supposed to hate this guy? Why? He said some real shit during the speech. He said, because of me, American boots don't have to be on the ground. I make sure Israel will do it themselves. He's just like, if you give us some money, we'll handle it ourselves. And I'm like, I like that. All right. That's a fair deal. All right, I'll give you a little bit of money. And you go deal with these weird terrorist freaks. And I'll stay here. Thank you, Netanyahu. And he was like, you won't... I don't want American troops over there. We're going to handle this. We're going to handle it. I like that. You handle it. Yes, sir. You handle it. I'll be right here. I don't want to handle it. People keep telling me, oh, if I can... Israel wants American troops over there. That's not what he said. He was bragging about it. He was like, we don't need American troops. We will handle it. He was defiant about it. He was like, we will handle it ourselves. They want to kill these motherfuckers themselves. You understand? This is personal. They want to fuck them up themselves. They don't want us to come over there and fuck them up. They want to fuck them up. This is personal for them. It's serious shit. They're riled up, ready to go. They just need a check. You just gotta send a little check. I mean, I'd rather send a check than send myself. You don't think it's a bit much to have a 2-minute standing ovation? I don't know. I'd have to see how they treat other world leaders that have given speeches to Congress. Maybe that's just a normal thing, just a sign of respect. And I don't think it's wrong to show respect to other world leaders, especially allies of ours. I don't think it's wrong. I think if we went to our president went to their country, we would expect the same. We would want them to show him respect. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that, per se. But maybe it's abnormal for them to clap and all that. I don't know. Maybe they don't do that for other people. But he was saying some real shit. Fuck, I was clapping. I was up. I was like, yeah. Should we watch it again? I thought it was a real good speech, quite frankly. I was impressed. I mean, I don't listen to the guy talk a lot, and everyone was talking about the speech. Everyone was having a meltdown about it. So I was like, damn, what's he saying? He must say some fucked up shit. I thought it was a good speech. He was like, these Hamas people, they don't like you either. He said they don't like Americans either. They chant death to America. And I was like, that's a good point. Why should I take their side against Israel when they don't like me? They don't like me. If I was to go, let's say I was to get on a plane and I could fly to Israel, or I could fly to, I would say Gaza, but I think they fucking killed everybody there, so I don't know. I fly to wherever Hamas is located. Where do you think I'm going to be treated better? I mean, where do you think I have a better shot at not being fucking murdered? Israel? Or wherever the fuck Hamas is located at this point? I mean, where do you want to go? I think I'd take my chances in Israel. An American ally. They're an ally. So, I go there. They're probably not going to fucking behead me in the street for being an American. No, I side with people that chant death to America. I mean, come on. They're not your friends. Netanyahu was making some good points. They're not my friends. They don't like me. They don't like Jews, and they don't like me either. So I guess I'll side with the Jews over them. Just makes sense to side with the Jews over them. Well, the Jews make the porn smoky and all that. No. Come on, get down. Down. I done told you. Get down. We'll get up here tomorrow. You want to go out? Go out. I just realized I got nothing to drink once I drink this rest of this tea. Should have went and got water. I'm going to record a new Patreon soon, probably tomorrow. I've just been on here so much. SummerSlam was good. Best SummerSlams of all time, I feel, from what I've seen. And I told you Roman Reigns is the biggest star in wrestling today, and I've been proven right once again. And as usual, I saw the vision way before any of you. So I should be commended again. I heard the VP was some guy named Tim Waltz or something. He said they had SUVs outside his house. That's what they did when Vance got picked. They had the SUVs guarding his house. So I think it's Tim Waltz from what I've been hearing. But I haven't been looking deep into it, so maybe I'm wrong. Some are saying Tim Waltz. I think it's going to be Survivor Series War Games. It's going to be Solo and his bloodline guys. There's 4 of them. And then you need Roman, the Usos, and then they need a 4th guy, and it's going to be Sami Zayn. I see a lot of people saying Sami Zayn shouldn't be in that match. Like, I just don't understand. You should have known there was always going to be a bloodline reunion as baby faces. They were always going to put that gang back together. Sammy, the Usos, and Roman, and Paul Heyman, they were always going to put them back together as a babyface group because there's money in it. They were borderline baby faces at one point during that run anyway. They just couldn't go all the way with it because he's a fucking heel. Those would be a bad guy. Now they can go full baby face with them, so they're going to put them back together. That's going to happen. They're acting like it's a step down for Sami Zayn or something. These people are dumb, bro, for real. They don't understand that this shit's just about making money. It's a business, okay? If you can put a group together that you know is going to make a lot of money and get good ratings on TV and everything, then you're just going to do it. It's not a step back, a step forward. It's just a fucking... It just makes sense. Sometimes you just do things that make sense, man. No, it's going to be Sammy, I'm telling you. The Usos are going to reunite. I mean, they've literally put the tag titles on that new Bloodline team. They did that for a reason. Who do you think's going to take Who do you think's taking those tag belts away from them? Fucking Usos. Wake up. It's right in front of your face. They're going to need a fourth man. Who's that fourth man going to be? It's going to be Sami Zayn. I'd be shocked if it wasn't. I mean, I see wanting to bring a new guy in. I know they signed this other Samoan guy that's related to him that's tall as fuck. But I just think it makes more sense to make it Sami Zayn. But I could also see Roman bringing in his own new enforcer. Like, Roman's not an idiot. He knows he's outnumbered, so he shows up with a new enforcer, which is a big 7-foot tall Samoan motherfucker. I've seen the other guy. They've signed this guy, so he's definitely coming. Hunico or some shit. No, it's not that guy. It's this big, tall Samoan guy. Hitika or some shit. Hulico or some shit like that. He's tall as shit. Big, tall sumbitch. Like 7-foot tall Samoan guy. And I could see him coming out like on Friday night. When they think they're gonna jump Roman and he shows up with this big 7-foot tall sumbitch. You also have to remember Jimmy Uso didn't turn on Roman, remember? So I could see Jimmy Uso coming back with him too. He never turned on him anyway. He was with him when he lost at Mania anyway. And remember, Solo beat him up. So I could see him coming, and I could see that big 7-foot tall sumbitch showing up. I think they will bring that Zilla Fatu in at some point, but that's the thing. We might get a 5-on-5 War Games. I think it's usually 5-on-5 anyway. Then you can do Roman, the Usos, that new guy. I think you put Zilla with Solo in them. That big 7-foot tall motherfucker's going with one of them, and the other dude's going with... One of them's going one way and one's going the other. I don't know exactly how they're going to do it, but that's how they're going to do it. But I think if you go 5-on-5, you got to bring Sami Zayn in as the 5th guy for Roman's team. It just makes sense. I'm pretty sure they already signed the Zilla guy. He was in the crowd at SummerSlam. They said he didn't go to he was supposed to be at certain shows that week and he didn't show up. That probably means he signed with WWE. And they were like, Dad, don't show up for that. Just don't show up. Fuck it. I mean, you sign with WWE, who gives a fuck about showing up for some fucking stupid bingo hall show or some shit? Just no show it. Fuck them. Just signed with The Rock. The Rock called you up. He said, don't worry about it. Don't go to that. Who beats Cody Rhodes? The Rock. The Rock's going to cheat to beat him, though. And then, who's going to beat The Rock? I'll predict it all. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be right about this. We'll see. The Rock's going to beat Cody Rhodes by cheating. The Rock's going to ultimately be the guy behind the bloodline. Remember, The Rock's never been the tribal chief. He's always been above that. He's the final boss. He's never wanted to be the tribal chief. He's above that. He's pulling the strings of Solo. I guarantee it. He'll beat Cody. And Roman will beat The Rock. And then Cody will face Roman down the road at some point. And I could see Cody cheating to beat Roman and turning heel. That's a perfect way to do it. Because the third, when Roman and Cody face each other again, they're both going to be baby faces. And the whole story of the match is going to be, they've never had a clean match. There's always been interference. There's always been, but Roman's going to be saying, I want to beat you clean. And Cody's they've never beat each other clean, if you think about it. There's always been interference that's led to the victory. Third match is going to be about, they're going to go into it like, oh, I respect you, and let's settle this. But then Cody's going to fucking cheat and beat him. And he's going to be a massive heel after that. That's the way to go. Because at some point, Cody's going to get stale. This babyface shit's going to get stale, and you're going to have to flip him. You flip him against Roman. He beats Roman for the title again by cheating. Just makes sense. I don't think you're turning Roman back to heel. I don't think that's happening. At this point. Cody's going to turn heel next. He's going to get stale in about a year or so. But see, there's plenty of time because you have the Rock's probably going to beat him at WrestleMania for the belt. No. I feel like Rock and Roman's going to fight at Mania, so maybe the Rumble or something like that. Maybe the pay-per-view right before Mania. Just depends on how many shows Rock will work, how many matches will do. That's the thing, though, if, well, yeah, you got to do Rock and Roman at Mania. That's where you do that match next year, so just build out to that match. At War Games, you have the Bloodline Civil War. That's Survivor Series. Royal Rumble will probably be... I could see Cody and The Rock at the Rumble. That makes sense. Nah, Solo won't beat Cody. Solo's going to be tied up with Roman and the Bloodline shit. Cody is probably about to face... I think Roman and Cody fight next SummerSlam for real. Last SummerSlam, they was pointing at each other. A year from now, they fight. And that makes perfect sense. It lines up perfectly. This Bloodline storyline goes all the way to Mania, where Roman beats The Rock and finally ends this Bloodline story once and for all. He's defeated Solo. He's beat them all. He's put The Rock down. We'll fight. That's where he gets his match with Roman again. But you got to remember, there's John Cena's going to be there next year. There's a lot of things you got to factor in. CM Punk's there. There's a lot of matches you can do. But I think Rock beats Cody, Roman beats Rock. And then Cody beats Roman. Cheats and beats Roman. That's kind of boring, though. I mean, God, that's your next couple of champions. Then you have a heel Cody, and then what, he feuds with Roman. And how many more matches you gonna do? But I mean, if Cody doesn't turn heel in that third match, I mean, what do they do? That's the only logical thing to do. You've done everything else. Just makes sense. Makes the most sense. Do I even have it on? Gunther versus Randy Orton 2 for the World Heavyweight Championship. Now Gunther's just about to destroy everybody. I mean, who beats Gunther? Who's gonna take the fucking belt off Gunther? That's a real question. The WWE title's a lot easier to predict than the World Heavyweight title. Priest gets it back? No way. I mean, I would say CM Punk and fucking Seth Rollins are at some point going to fight for it. That's the thing. Like, I don't see Gunther losing it anytime soon. Drew McIntyre? I don't see it. I mean, I'd keep that belt on Gunther for years, bro. I would. I would just have him just become a fucking force of nature. Like, nobody can beat him. He can pull it off. Like, nobody can beat the son of a bitch. And then years from now, you can have somebody beat him. That's the type of guy Gunther is. That's the character. I mean, he did it with the IC title. I'd do it with this belt, too. Braun Breaker's definitely a good pick to beat Gunther, but he's the IC champion right now. But Braun Breaker will definitely get that belt at some point. See, they have so many guys. That's the thing. They have so many people that need to be champions, but there's only so many belts. Only so many belts. Let's see, all the belts actually mean something right now. You got the World Heavyweight title. You've got the WWE title. Both mid-card belts are around people that matter. Everyone's got a belt. Doesn't suck. Like, Braun Breaker's good. LA Knight's good. Cody Rhodes is good. Gunther's good. All the champions are like people you actually want to see. So none of the belts feel stale and just pointless. What's the other belts they got? Tag belts or Bloodline's got some. Who's got the other ones? Doesn't the Judgment Day got them? Don't Finn Balor got one of them? On Raw? I like that Nia Jax and Gunther both won because it makes the King of the Ring mean something. Like, they won the King of the Ring, that gave him a title shot, and they both won the belt. Just makes sense. Like, what's the point of becoming the king? Like, when I was growing up, when a guy won the King of the Ring, it meant something. It meant he was coming. He was coming for some belt. He was going to get a belt. He's a fucking King of the Ring. Stone Cold was a King of the Ring. That's what started his whole fucking thing. King of the Ring should mean something. So you should get like a title shot or something. Triple H just does practical shit that just makes sense. It doesn't matter if it's predictable. It's just, it needs to make sense. It's the right move. See, sometimes you don't want to do the most predictable thing, and that's why they do a lot of stupid shit, or they used to do a lot of stupid shit, because they want to shock you. Oh, you didn't see this coming. Well, a lot of times the shit you didn't see coming sucks ass. There's a reason nobody saw it coming, because it sucked. The idea sucked. Who would have come up with some dumb shit like this? Well, when you're trying to swerve everybody, instead of just sometimes you got to go the most predictable path. You just got to do what makes sense. You're telling a story at the end of the day, so if you start getting too goofy, then it's a goofy story and nobody can follow it. And it's got Liv Morgan over. Like, Liv Morgan's actually, like... And that's the only way she should beat Rhea Ripley. She shouldn't beat Rhea Ripley in a one-on-one match with no assistance. That's ridiculous. She should have to cheat. And she did. So beating her by cheating makes sense. I don't want to see... I'm not buying it that she could just beat the fuck out of Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley, break her in half. You break... I mean, Rhea Ripley looks like she'd eat her alive. Like, kill her with her bare hands. Maul the bitch. They was all complaining about the storyline or whatever. It's a believable storyline. Women fighting over a guy. Totally believable. Totally believable. And it was more than that. The whole goal. It's like these people don't even watch this shit. I don't even watch it. That's the funniest part. I don't even watch this shit. I just read tweets and then I watch clips and shit on Twitter. I don't even tune into it. And I know I can follow the story better than these idiots. The bitch was going on a revenge tour. She wanted to take everything she loved. So she took her title. She injured her. Took her title. Took her fucking boyfriend. Revenge tour. That's a story. Totally believable story between two women. AEW nerds are like, no, you know what's really believable? 3 women they're making out with each other in the middle of the ring, having a 3-way makeout session. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? When's the last time you seen 3 women making out with each other and it wasn't porno? When did you see it? When have you ever seen it? Never in your life, dummy. Not believable at all. Give me a break. Yeah, Judgment Day's done. The TNA wrestlers have been good. Joe Hendry, an instant star. He'll be in WWE soon. Full-time WWE. He'll be on the main fucking roster. He'll be NXT champion one day. 100%. Joe Hendry. Instant star. Damn, I forget Raw's on right now. What the fuck's happening? What about CM Punk match? That was good. He didn't get injured either, huh? So we're getting another match. Joe fucking Hendry. Say his name and he appears. X, previously known as Twitter, will soon remove the visible counts of likes, comments, reposts, and other interaction from replies to posts. Your thoughts? Oh, they're gonna get rid of the ratio. Your thoughts on banning the ratio? Fucking Conor McGregor going off on Trump. You see that? Trump said Khabib's his favorite fighter. God, he should go back to making those voice recordings. It'd be so funny to hear him saying this shit. That would be funny. I think I'm gonna hop off here though. See what's going on Twitter. May return in a bit, may not. Lock that door tonight, Voxer.